maybe not initially.
No.
But those elements, they can come in useful.
Early
you never know.
Early rounds.
I feel like as well, especially the whole penthouse thing with Mira gone. She's never not banned. Let's be honest. So I feel like that's why penthouse maybe isn't stratted the most anymore.
Yeah, Mira typically is one that we do see get banned out by Secret. If you look at some of the, their running tracks inside of Pro League, it's always kind of been Mira has been their ban. Maybe squares into a 5 versus 3 and the first EE1D, and that Dokkaebi call will also be sent out. Another disgusting combination that you can go for, and here comes the smokes. Leon has been eliminated in the crossfire by Dowie up on that light corridor, but still plenty of time for Wind and Rain to kind of re-establish dominance and really see where they can rotate, trying to eliminate some of these players of Secret, but they are already going to be inside of the bomb site with still plenty of time to go, and the plant is actually going to go down as well.
There's only Melons here to deny this as well. We have both the Jaeger and the Bandit roam in second floor. Look like the horizontal roam for Wind and Rain went very poorly with the Ela dying early and then Speeds dying in sight on the Maestro. Melons is on his own here. He's peeked, but he's not got it.
Yeah, Lem's another kill for him. The F2 does the damage where it's needed. Feo as well as another person who has been subbed in. I believe Pat isn't playing this this week. Dowie does come in for the flank. Picks up one, but really an impactless frag at this stage. Nothing he can really do. The angles will be held, and Stiz, he gets himself his first kill for him as well. And just Wind and Rain, they have 2 new additions to what the last week we've seen them with the roster, and really nothing that we've seen Feo or Sloth do. Yeah,
well, we know Theo's been coaching them for quite a while. He's going to know the strats. But it all changes in game. You never know. Is there? We know that Gig was their in-game lead as well. That's completely different. We know if Theo's taking up that role. I'm not sure. I feel like their horizontal roam there seriously let them down. To lose that Ela that early, and we've seen Ash and also Twitch enter into Sunrise almost uncontested. Speeds a 10th the peak, doesn't get the shot, and it's unfortunate because you've got 2 players roaming near Penthouse. And what can they do? They can't do vertical play. They're Jaeger and a Bandit. It's going to be very difficult for them. By the time they've tried to rotate, Maype's cut them off.
So we did see Jackal being locked in there by Maype, but no, he's going to go for the 6th pick. Instead, going for the Buck. Does a lot of damage on Coastline. We know that with that Skeleton Key, can really get inside of that VIP, which I'm sure that's probably where he wants to try and establish his dominance into. Still no hard breacher on the side of Secret as well. You may think, yeah, maybe it's, not the kind of run of thought that teams want to go for, but inside of the Euro Championships, where we did see Prismatic, who is a German side, the runners-up inside of the 6 Launch Series, they actually play Coastline with no hard breach at all, and they actually won the match from it. So
it goes to show you it can be done. I mean, they won the first attack round. They didn't need to hard breach. You can play pick. I feel like Coastline feels like a really heavy roam map right now. So if you can pick off enough roamers and win off of that, just your entry, you win man advantage. I feel like that's what happened in the first round. I also feel like
10 seconds to go.
The castle pick is that a counterbands and I'm not really having a lot of soft breach. I don't know. You're going to have to waste grenades on it unless Sophia can somehow get all 3 with just 2 charges.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out.
Still also, Sophia should probably want to use those breaching rounds on those Maestro cameras as well. It's the only real way that
mines as well. Yeah, there's no IQ.
Lots of barbed wire as well on the side of Wind and Rain. Plenty of stuff that Sophia can really use that gadget for. More than likely, we're going to see maybe use a couple of nades to try and get rid of those Maestro cameras, or even castle barricades. But Leon, he may even use some of his utility to actually get inside off the building and open up a couple of soft walls, create these angles that potentially Wind and Rain are not going to be ready for. Once again, just Secret playing as they do, pushing on in through the Sunrise, and also upstairs trying to clear any roamers that they can. And more than likely, just going to be very simple, but just complete sloppy droning on the side of Secret, and Sloth, the new guy to the team, does pick up his first kill onto Alam, so Twitch off the board, but really at this stage they know where he is. He's going to be completely sanctioned off from any rotate he wants to go for, and it's really just counting down the time before he does get killed.
He's going to be pushed here by the Buck as well, I believe that it is. But this is a very, very good start for Wind and Rain compared to last round. The nade, though, it cuts them off. Why would he not rotate? He plays a risky angle. Clearly he's been drone there, because otherwise that is a serious waste of a grenade.
Lackey does, however, put it back in Secret's favour with that kill onto Feo, so a roamer off the board. Lackey just kind of pushing him by himself, that kind of solo pusher. Does have to be careful of Dowie, however, right up inside of the luggage, just like he was last time, and does have a couple of rotates available for himself. Melons fired a couple of shots, doesn't really land anything, and the first EE1D will be established by Lackey to try and get his team set in position. The first bit of gunfighting inside of the lobby will go down, and Speeds, he's going to try and take the fight down. He does win that fight against Stizzy on that roam game. Speeds on extremely low health, but no, from above, Dowie has the cover to help out his teammate, and it does swing in Wind and Rain's favour. Still in Wind and Rain's favour after those 2 quick kills. Dowie on that roam game, amazing from him. Down to Lackey, still has 1 lion charge, but really a very awkward position for him.
I mean, I believe that's a 3K from Dowie there on the room. They chose not to push him last time. Not sure what different he did this time. Speeds. Dowie, the retake. The 4K that round. That's a huge 4K from Dowie. They chose not to push him last round. Maybe that's why they didn't want to push him last round.
So once again, that quick, aggressive play that Secret are trying to establish. Roamers, they adapted well. Dowie had the good roam game. You kind of seen, you know, Secret, they pushed heavily in towards Sunrise. Sloth with that very early kill definitely did help them out. It kind of rattled Secret a little bit more, kind of got them frustrated. But really, Secret, this is, you know, a very sloppy Secret side that we're not really used to seeing week in and week out inside of the Pro League. But if you did not know, on Thursday, the Pro League, they do play against Market for their chance to win the fight and go to the Rio finals, which is happening very shortly as well. So this is kind of, you know, they have bigger fish to fry, really.
Maybe that's why they're trying Coastline. Maybe if they get forced onto Coastline in a match that big, it's important. But right now,
just pull out the good strats.
Dowie's the counter. Market, are you watching? Dowie, incredible performance, I think, by him the first 2 rounds. I think he's on 6 kills now already, 2 rounds in. Is amazing by him. I feel like he played much better that round by being aggressive. He took the fight to them instead of just allowing them to cover rotates like they did last time. Like when they had Meepy and Stiz both on the rotate, they couldn't get past them. But this time, Dowie plays aggressive. He gets the picks from the luggage hallway.
So it will be Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar for the first time. Wind and Rain playing Kitchen twice. They won it once and also did lose it once as well. And we're going to see really how they adapt to this. Still no Penthouse and Theater, which is kind of what we're expecting. That's how the meta has shifted. Still no hard breach from Secret, just running the soft. Heavy soft breach as well with the shotguns, you know, Sophia there as well with the lifelines, and even, you know, Stiz, he could do a bit of damage with that shotgun, that side secondary for Jackal, which we have seen used as more of a kind of alternative where teams would bring that instead of Buck. But I did mention that Jackal and Lion combo that we know Secret have. They're actually going to run it.
Yeah, you did mention it before the game. It was as alongside the Capital thing. Capital's now gone. I believe it was Stiz who was on Capital.
Yeah.
So clearly they're going for the different alternative here. Maybe because Penthouse isn't being picked. I know Capital's very good for shooting behind the bed, behind the half wall. Maybe that's why.
As you can see, Wind and Rain trying to play extended in towards that kitchen area. It kind of, you know, establishes more of an area that Secret need to take control of first. You just cannot push on in through the lobby or in through the courtyard without that actually being taken, because then you always do kind of put yourself up for the fight for a potential retake. Certainly Alems, he may be looking for the first man to peek his head and potentially take his head off with the F2, but as you can see, just Theo
we saw the very aggressive play by the castle there as well. That could have been bad for either him or Alems. I felt like it was... He's been quite lucky to rotate. Has bad timing on the droning there.
Lackey just completely catches Speeds with his pants down. That's the power of the EE1D. Just completely makes you just stand still. That's kind of the motto. Didn't work that time. Didn't work that time.
Wasn't even Jackal scan. They didn't need it. But I felt that's quite poor from the Maestro, I believe, standing in front of the rotate. Maybe they didn't know they were pushing through office. Maybe he couldn't rotate at all.
I think they know that Alems is going to be lurking inside of the kitchen. Alems, he goes to the peak, sees the back of the Jaeger, and Dowie falls. However, Theo with the refrag onto Leon Gids. Alems trying his luck with a bit of a wall bang, but no Sloth. He comes in with the rotate, eliminates the Twitch to win to a 3 versus 3. Maestro's gone, Jaeger's gone. Jaeger really not much of a hit. He's already used his ADSs. Maestro certainly cannot use those bulletproof cameras anymore. So down to Stiz, Lackey, and Meatbee to see if they can pull off for their team. Melons has 2 Green Mines stacked at 1 door as well, so trying to get immediate damage onto Lackey if he did want to push that way, but E1D charge will go off, and they're going to try and take the fight to the Roamer. Standing still would be the Vigil, and he does win that gunfight. However, Meatbee, he picked up one on the Theo, a double kill for Meatbee on the Sloth as well. Down to Melons inside of this 1 versus 2. 50 seconds to go for Secret, and the Jackal maybe trying to find a couple of footprints or two to see if he can spot out this Legion indefinitely. Still Secret, plenty of time on the board. They're going to try and slow it down just a little bit more. Quite smartly, maybe going for the drone, seeing if he can spot where the Legion is, and really, once that drone comes in, finds out exactly where Melons is, it should be an easy plant for Secret in most circumstances, and maybe going up for that single window inside of Sunrise. couple of smoke grenades being deployed by the Jackal. Melons back and forth, seeing if he can find the pick. Nothing at the moment. Under the cover of the smoke will go the plant, but no, Stiz, he will rear his head and eliminate Melons with the headshot. And Secret, they lead 2 rounds to 1.
That is a very unfortunate round to lose there, I think, for Wind and Rain. They looked very good. I believe there were 55 seconds left when we seen the 3v3, the Lion versus the Vigil. Why did they both roam? Why were there still 2 roamers? I think they could have easily retreated into site. You said yourself, they had a lot of Legion mines, a lot of barb. They had the rotates they wanted. I think Wind and Rain sorted through that a little bit.
Yeah, they had the advantage. They still had control of that kitchen area, which I'm quite surprised why they rotated away from that. You know that there's only one guy pushing. Everybody else was in and about upstairs, in for the office. Sure, you took the fight and tried to kill the Lion, but as you can see, Lion really coming in to affect them in some of those gunfights. Maybe got a kill from it, got a double kill from it. So maybe, again, like we've talked about that Horizon didn't do last week, ban the Lion.
Yeah, I think that what impressed me about that round, though, from Wind and Rain's perspective, is to actually get themselves to the point where they were in that 3v3 with just 55 seconds left. We've seen very early on, I believe it was Alems pushed into kitchen. We saw Lackey, I believe, pushed into office, and they were 5v3. Well, nearly 5v3, 5v4, but they had complete horizontal control. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Sloth's in main lobby. He's pushed through kitchen. He's got that horizontal control that they've been lacking this game so far. They've had to play vertical with Dowie. That was what got them around before, but I think Sloth did very well to rotate to get behind them.
Yeah, just still, I believe this is a sloppier Secret that we're seeing here. This is not the Secret that we're used to seeing with the very methodical plays, and really they go just room by room by room, take what they want, take what they need, and then they kind of use their utility. They're just more about getting the frags here. You know, we're seeing, you know, different, you know, Stiz, typically Habana or Thermite, he's running, you know, Jackal, Maverick, Alems. I can't remember the last time I even seen Alems play IQ, but he will pick up this time, really. What are you expecting IQ to bring? It does bring a lot, because look at that defensive lineup.
I feel like, well, at least one of the Valk or the Echo was 6-picked. We know that for sure, so I mean, guarantee, if I'm seeing a Valk or an Echo, I'm thinking IQ's a good choice. So I feel like whatever gun you give Alems as well, let's be honest, he can do damage on it. I mean, you just seen him there as well. We mentioned it earlier with the soft breach, and he's chose to stick it on IQ. I mean, he could pick that on Twitch regardless, but the change to soft breach on IQ, I think, as well, is a good choice.
Yeah, still has a great gun. 5.5 Commandos, nothing really to shy away from. Very similar to the 5.56 XI that Thermite has. It's kind of what we've always compared those 2 guns together. Very, I'd say, more slow rate of fire compared to the F2. Does hit a little bit harder with their bullet damage, but nonetheless still a very good gun, but not helping them in that engagement against the Jaeger as Dowie. He peeks on round in through the window and does eliminate Alem, so that form of soft destruction with the breaching charges, and also that denial of any of the Echo drones and those Valkyrie cameras. Well, they're going to be here to stay for the meantime.
This is a very good position for Wind and Rain right now, I believe. I don't think they've thrown away any sort of control at all. They've still got Dowie alive on full health. He's on fire. I believe he's on 7 kills already. But we're going to see the Lion charge here. Melons is very lit as well.
Good see.
But Melons, he gets the pick.
Yeah.
He kills the Lion.
Somehow. Sloth, he seems to be going for that kind of rotate in towards the luggage, but does Meepy know he's going to be there? Speeds does eliminate Stiz as well, so definitely inside of Wind and Rain's half, unless Meepy and Leon can do anything to stop about it. Leon does get tagged up just a tad, but quick rotation potentially from Sloth. Meepy gets a frag grenade kill, and Leon squares off into a 2 versus 3, so the 2 British boys have swung it round in the side of still Wind and Rain's favour, but just that little bit more edging towards a potential clutch victory for them. As you can see, also, Sloth, he has rotated himself in towards the blue bar, knows that he did lose a teammate from Melons who was playing inside there. Meepy squares it into a 2-on-2. Theo inside office, potentially trying to play the drop hatch as well as he can, but from above, Meepy has the angles, trying to see what he can find. I think they know that somebody's going to be lurking inside of the office area. They know that, again, the diffuser's in there, right above. Does he see the castle? Castle sees him. Meepy finally spots the head, but no, the C4 from Sloth comes in. Meepy gets eliminated. Double kill from Sloth, playing big when he needs to be. And it does go 2 rounds apiece between Team Secret and Wind and Rain.
Wow, I think that was looking a little bit sketchy towards the end. Meepy went huge. He's got, I believe, a 2k. Leon picking up 1, pulls the 5v2 back to a 2v2. However, Wind and Rain are doing very well. They're doing very well. To even be in the position that they could throw around is amazing. It was really good. Sloth as well. A very good round. 5 and 3. We were thinking, is he the man that makes the difference? I mean, it's looking like it. It's looking like it. The C4 at the end was very clutch by him as well, because Theo peeking on the castle through the holes, didn't need to. There were maybe 30 seconds left. But Sloth, he gets the picks.
Yeah, performs big whenever his team needs him to be. That's really what defines players, is if you can finally execute that final bit of play and secure those kills and secure the round for your team. And we will be moving on to the final half before we do get that switch, and it will be the final defense, and it's going to be back to the kitchen for Wind and Rain. And definitely Wind and Rain, it's 2-all at the moment.
Attackers need to locate.
It's a very attacker-sided map in terms of coastline and the way it's played. So Secret, I would have kind of expected them to be 4-1 up, but if not 5-0 going into the halftime switch. But no, certainly Wind and Rain pulling it back a bit of fight. And if Wind and Rain, then they go ahead and take this potentially up to 3-2 going in the halftime switch, where they have the attacker role, and then certainly attackers have a lot of heavy favor because very heavy roam game, but nonetheless you can cut off a lot of the rotations from the top of the roof. That big massive courtyard square sees a lot of the corridor rotations in towards luggage or even in towards the main corridor. Really, that helps a lot with in terms of that kind of room clear out. So if Wind and Rain, they go take this lead, they have a very strong chance of actually potentially pulling off the biggest upset I think we've seen.
I think there's a very good chance with this round as well, with how Wind and Rain are playing. They're confident even in the 2v2 after maybe a couple people have thrown. They're still peaking, they're still aggressive, they're still happy. I think one thing you got to give Wind and Rain credit for here as well is that they're still picking the same defense over and over. They see the mistakes, they change it. We've seen that. They lost both defenses the first time they tried them. They're back to it. We're on kitchen now. They know what they need to do to win it. We see Dowie again sprinting around, the aggression. But are we going to see a pick from Sloth?
He peeks
He's in
around.
a very good position.
Oh, Stiz, what are you doing? He's just on his drone right in front of that sunrise window. Secret, just so sloppy. I am confirmed that they are just doing this to troll me. I'm pretty confirmed that this time this is not Secret. I know how they play. This is not it.
That's that heavy soft breach gone again as well, which we were saying it's going to be very difficult for them to now get the Mavericks, the Castles, the Legions.
First line charge going to be deployed, but really nobody on the side of Secret to follow up. Maybe they wanted to use that to physically get inside of their first bit of beachheading, which will be in towards that blue bar. And Sunrise, just like we did see them do previously. Sloth trying to hold these long angles, just has to be careful that he could get flanked potentially from the security room, unless Dowie's going to be in and around that kind of same area that he was last time with the hatch. Sloth did see a bit of a body, but doesn't manage to land the shots. I believe Theo was actually covering that flank in towards that CCTV room. But Secret just slowing down just that little bit more.
I think we're seeing again here from Wind and Rain is that they're not throwing away the horizontal control. Regardless of it being a numbers advantage here, they've got a player in CC, they've got a player main lobby, a player above. It's still a very heavy roam game by them. They're doing very well here.
Ooh, great nade. Exactly the way he
no
was.
ADSs.
In the
no ADS.
Yeah, that's surprising as well. Dowie, typically you'd see one on that A. And Lemsey squares off as he's actually been inside the bomb site. Sloth does refrag, however, and does put it back into level playing fields. Lackey, however, put right back in Secret's favor. Impact nade, trying to see if they can catch a Team Secret player, but no, Meatby will catch him out in the rotate hole. Double kill for Meatby, playing big. And Wind and Rain, they lose that round, and Secret going into the halftime switch. They have the lead, 3 rounds to 2.
Meepy has been very clutch in this game, it has to be said. The amount of double kills. We were speaking before the games, we were saying maybe there aren't going to be so many double kills, the individual plays. This game, out the window, completely out the window. We've seen it from Slough, we've seen it from Dowie, we've seen it from Meepy a few times now.
11 kills for Meepy.
11.
What can you say? Double breadsticks.
Triple breadsticks.
Oh yeah, say that as well. But yeah, maybe definitely he has been player being about for substantial amount of time since the close beta, along with Lackey as well. Maybe, I believe he, in the past month or 2 months, he has had that role switch where he is now on that buck as more of that kind of flex operator. And since he has moved on to that buck, because I remember it was always Leon on the buck, playing that main kind of entry fragger, since that switch, Meatby has been getting so many more kills for his team, like really big kills. He knows how to work that C8 very, very well. He knows how to use the skeleton key in those particular buck spots. I am liking the way that Meatby has really developed in the terms of, he's moved the flex. I always thought Meatby was more of that kind of, Thermite way back in the P-Docs day whenever he did play for that team. I am liking to see that Meatby is finally having a good bit of running form, and especially as an IGL. Trying to frag as an IGL, not the easiest thing to do.
Certainly not the easiest thing to do. I can speak from experience.
Oh, yes.
That would be my excuse. That's why I'm now casting. Again, though, what we're seeing here, No hard breach. He said, well, unless you're counting Maverick, but I feel like he's used for very slight holes.
Yeah, Maverick isn't really an operator that I would ever consider being that strong on coastline. Really, the only map that I ever really jump at and say, oh yeah, Maverick must ban is Clubhouse. That's really the one he excels at. Everything else, sure, he has his advantage with that silent blowtorch, but really doesn't do that much damage compared to those particular maps like Clubhouse. But again, still has a very strong gun. Never can really stuff at M4 in most circumstances. We also see a Lems. He's going to be bringing out the Clash, which was let through the banning phase. A very big operator we've seen banned a hefty amount, but we really see how he kind of plays it. Will it be more anchor favored or more in that roam game that Clash does provide as well?
Wind and Rain don't have the hugest amount of counters from either. We're not seeing nades, we're not seeing Capital. It's just the Zofia. But you're going to have to use that for others as Leon peeks and he picks off the Ying that we were talking about. But Dowie gets the refrag. He's on fire this game. On fire.
Yeah, Dowie has performed very well, not just on the Jaeger, but we know that Lion was let through the ban phase, so Wind and Rain, they're going to go ahead and take that as well. Use the advantages that you have with the operators available. And certainly, like you said, no frag grenades. The only real way you can stop the Clash is with those concussion mines, but then again, you kind of have to combo a good, play where you go ahead and Zofia that, have somebody to follow up in the kill. That's really the only way they can deal with that. So certainly having the Clash is going to be that big factor to see if they can deal with it. And really look at the way that Dowie's position. He's just going to run right in. Whoa, thanks to Claymore. Lems doesn't even do that much damage to him either.
The crossfire is how you deal with the Clash in the way of Wind and Rain. They don't need the Ying. They don't need the nades. I feel like Wind and Rain, regardless though, this has been a very slow attack. Until then, it's been slow. The outside VIP, outside Aquarian here with a gunfight. But Slough, is he going to peek over the table for the LMs? He gets it. Lackey.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Where's the crossfire? There's no crossfire from Aquarian.
No refrag.
Nobody's on the double window.
Nothing from Wind and Rain, just letting Slough die. Of course, that Echo Drone came into big play, but no Speeds, he equals it up. No, maybe he equals it up with that refrag. That's what we talk about inside of Sieges. If you can get the refrags, keep that number advantage in your favor, you will eventually win the rounds. But no, Wind and Rain just not doing that. Both of them stacked outside off the balcony, and especially whenever Lackey is in one of the hardest positions on coastline where you can kill a potential defender, that makes things so awkward as the peek comes in. Dowie and also Melz goes to the spray. Lackey somehow manages to find Melz in the crossfires. Dowie, he does get the down onto the Jaeger, however, so a 1 versus 1, maybe versus Dowie, but we know the Echo Drones are always going to be the big thing that stops Dowie in his tracks. Can't go for the plant, really can't go for the push either. Again, his teammates are sitting there holding the angles with the Echo Drone, giving all the call-outs, and maybe just like that, with the Eggcog, finds the angle, finds the kill, and Team Secret, they take their first defensive round, and they head 4-2 up, going into round number 7.
That was a very difficult situation for Dowie there. I think he was sat there on 1 HP after the engagement with Jaeger, which wasn't the prettiest, it has to be said. I feel like he should have been dead a lot earlier. We had players... I feel like there's a mix match in Wind and Rain right now. We have players who are happy to sit outside to hold the angles, but Slough's now coming to the team.
Yeah.
He was happy to dart over the desk, very happy to dart over the desk. We didn't see any crossfire from either team there. There was nobody playing aggressive in Billiards from Team Secret. They could have killed that Jaeger much easier. I feel like Jaeger's won that round there, regardless of Echo having an amazing angle to use. They had to deal with that Jaeger better. I feel like maybe the Ying dying early, is that the operator they wanted to push? We don't know.
Yeah, and also another reason why we've seen him play inside of that back of the bar is there's no frag grenades. Frag grenades make that a lot easier to actually clear out anybody behind there. So, like you said, lack of nades certainly coming in to bite Wind and Rain, but we will see that switch and we will see the sledge being brought in instead of that IQ. Slough, we see he's very aggressive, being brought in for that main kind of fragger role's done very well for himself and really has stood out for us. But nobody really else there is wanting to play that aggressive matchup. As soon as he pushes in, there should be automatically that crossfire, that refrag coming in. Even if Slough dies, which he should always really die from that scenario, Jaeger should also fall because of the refrag that Dowie should have put in. You should, really combo that with the E1Ds. Why bring the Lion if you're not going to use the immense power that he has with that pushing potential?
I completely agree. I think that's been a problem with Wind and Rain we've seen over the 3 weeks now, though. They're slow. I feel like maybe they're a little bit nervous. But in this match, that's understandable.
Xbox slow.
Xbox slow. Xbox was fast, I'll have you know, Demo. Maybe not when you played it, but when the good players played Demo, it was fast. But yeah, I completely agree with the whole refrag, the Lion, everything. But that's just how Wind and Rain have been. They've been... I feel like you can accept them being maybe a little nervous to push in this match against one of the best teams in the world. I'm amazed at that Valk camera.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
I was looking at that and I was, don't do it, kids, don't do it.
We're seeing no hard breach again as well, by the way, for now the 7th round in a row.
Yeah, this is really something that's been established by both teams, and I would kind of say that the meta has shifted towards. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that in upcoming Pro League weeks. We'll see really if Coastline does get played. We know that the Paris Major was played a heck of a load of times. We did see more hard breach, more penthouse theater defenses really coming into play. Already Stiz, he starts things off with a kill onto Sloth, so that main aggressor, and also the big soft destruction on the side of Wind and Rain will be eliminated. And Legion lives to fight another day. I
believe that was for his own sledge hole as well. They had complete control of second floor, saw nobody up there. I was thinking this is very good for Wind and Rain. They just need to try and figure out where people are, don't overpeak. Stiz though, he goes down. The refrag that we were saying, the crossfire, Melons is very well with speeds to bait out that kill. Now they do have complete second floor control that we were saying. But the soft breach is gone.
No soft breach, to go above exactly. Kitchen. That's the thing about Sledge. If you're going to go in as that main entry fragger, make sure you have droned it out. Make sure that you do not have Legion just sitting there in a corner, ready for the kills that come in. So why don't you put, Theo as there as that Ying? Throw the Candelas, and if there is any roamers inside of the Fear or Penthouse, you deal with that very easily with the Candelas. We know you can throw them right in at the back. It's almost as if you are attacking that upstairs defense, just with the Ying. It's a lot easier.
There was only one E, one D gone as well. We can still see, oh, it's now going to be used. This is rotating, the Valkyrie, I believe it is, rotating back towards Blue Bar. She's trying to reinstate that control horizontally, because they gave everything to Wind and Rain early on. Like, everything. They were fortunate to get the kill from Stiz. I think it was poor droning. But we're now seeing a complete collapse onto the site from War. But do they have the operators and the utilities still alive to do it?
They do eliminate Lackey, as Theo does finally kill that Valkyrie. We did see trying to establish that bit of more dominant control inside of CCTV. But maybe he will automatically fight back with that Scorpion Evo. But Theo, another kill for him, playing big with this T95 LSW. This was where the clash comes in so big, but just the clash down to him as speeds. He eliminates Gids, pushing on in. Dow coming in from behind. This is a better pinch coming in from the players of Wind and Rain, and simpler from that. Dow, he finds the final kill. And Lambs, he falls in the clash, and finally Wind and Rain, they have their first attack win, and certainly a very strong one at that. Bit sloppy in the beginning, but a very good execution into the final part of the map.
I feel like it was a very nice execute by Wind and Rain there. The thing is about this match though, we're getting into numbers advantage situations, and then we're seeing just constant roaming, constant repeats. Well, Theo gets 2 picks completely off a site before he's even thrown a Ying. We saw him throw 3 Yings in. There was only Clash alive. Probably didn't even need 1 Ying. They're still roaming in numbers advantage situations. I think it's very weird in this match to see that. Especially a team that says, you're well thought out a secret. They pride themselves on being those smart players. They don't even play ranked. Some of them, they don't even play ranked.
There is one ranked god. That's really it. Just Leon, maybe certainly the T-Hunt god.
I would like to say that Alams has carried me many a time on ranked. I'm very appreciative of him.
Locate and defuse bombs.
He likes the old ranked as well, but really, just Leon. I would say it's all Leon's fault. Again, I think everybody knows the meme by now. It's all Leon's fault. Anything that ever happens and anything that ever goes wrong, it is Leon's fault. Get it trending.
He isn't so great, I've heard.
No, he isn't so. You've started chat. Chat is going to be absolutely haywire.
Any blitz play from him this game. Maybe he isn't so great.
He really, since like his Challenge League days, he just hasn't played the blitz at all.
I've seen a big lack of blitz.
Disappointed in him. But then again, blitz really has fallen out of the meta. A lot of teams know how to counter blitz. Legion, biggest counter to him. Smoke as well. Multiple ways C4s. Because he is that 2 armor, doesn't really tank as much either. So really blitz is only really there, I would say, for maps like Oregon. Very aggressive, tight, close range environments. That's really where blitz kind of established that dominance. Not so much on Coastline, where you have those nice long corridors that really excels with those ACOGs more, rather than the shield. But like you said, another point I would still like to bring up is about that roam game. They have the established roam game, they get the picks, they can go ahead and go for the rotates, which is more than likely the right call because they get the kill, take what you can. We know that it's very heavy attacker favor because the roam game on Coastline is very easily to, to pinch and collide and make sure nobody can escape, have the rotations covered. So that may be an option that really Secret they have to go for if they want to have a chance to win this matchup.
I feel like we're seeing the exact same operators again from Wind and Rain. They seem to be very tried and tested. They want to keep doing the same thing over and over, making it work. Maybe that's the best way to play against Secret. They're trying to adapt themselves. But I feel like, again, as you were saying about the roam game, we've seen it especially with the Valkyrie last round. Her to try and rotate into CC instead of to hold possibly an angle towards Kitchen Hallway where we saw Ying push up towards the end. I think it's going to come down to that again. Wara got a lot of control. I think this is going to come down to whoever gets the first pick. And if they choose to rotate, who's going to win this roam battle here?
So first engagement more than likely will come in the way of Stiz as that hatch will be opened right above him, but really that luggage hatch doesn't give a lot of sight lines into the attackers.
We're seeing a retreat from him this time as well.
Just playing very safe. This time. No, just trying to waste as much time, and certainly in a very attacker-favored map, you need to waste as much time as you can. Sloth finally not dead. However, Melons, he will be dead as Leon, he gets the peek with the smoke.
It's a huge pick for Leon, down to 60 health though. Melons has put some damage down. I feel like Sledge here, we can see he's got about 25 uses left still of that sledgehammer. There's only a minute left.
Get it sledged.
Get it sledged. He didn't have the opportunity to do it last round. But is he going to see the peak hit? Valkyrie, I believe it is. She's rotated off. We're seeing a complete different style here from Secret. They're not challenging these angles.
No, they're playing a lot more passive, a lot more safer. This is kind of the Secret that we're used to seeing. Holding angles, waiting for the attackers to actually go for the push, try and put as much pressure as they can. And they already did that with the first kill onto Melons, already having that first blood on the board for your team. Really puts Wind and Rain as more of a setback. They have to play a lot more safe. Those Prismas actually coming into pretty good effect. Does spot Dow inside of that lobby area. A couple of sprays come in from Valkyrie as well, but no, doesn't manage to connect any off the shot. Still 25 seconds on the go. First, actually second E1D will go out. Stiz, another kill for him, still playing inside of that roam game. A triple kill for Stiz. What big plays from the Mute, all down to speed, so he's nowhere near the rest of his team. Just holding angles. This is a slow type of play that Wind and Rain have fell back into. Once they lose that first man advantage, they just kind of panic. They fall into the same trap. And Speed's just nothing he can do. And that will be all out of time. Gets a kill for his troubles, but really, what did that do? Not a lot. And that will be Alem's falling, but nonetheless, Secret, they take that round and they are headed to match point inside a Coastline.
Well, I find it incredible there that not a single player in the bomb was picked off when they had a Sledge and a Zofia who can breach above. We see Maverick outside the window as well. It's not like he was just running away in front of the window or anything. He would have been cut off. How's nobody died in the site? Nobody.
Maybe 14 kills leading the charge. If he gets, I believe a double kill or... Yeah, I think if he gets a double kill, if he gets the 16 kills, that's the highest frags that we've had on Prem. If I'm not mistaken, we'll have to go back.
PC.
On PC. Why, what was it on Xbox?
I believe Diego dropped 19, didn't he?
He did. And he got like,
on Chalet.
And yeah, for
like
the first match. And then he got like 14 on the next one. Yeah, 2 aces in one map. That was pretty good.
I really enjoyed playing against him, Demo. Very, very fun player to play against.
Yeah, that was good. I remember that. That was back in the old days.
We're going to see Mira picked.
Finally.
This is a different one.
Finally. It's going to be Hookah Lounge and Billards as well. Not really the bomb site I would associate Mira to be played on. Sure, you can play it on that blue stairs, have the Mira window there, but really the other one, inside of the B bomb site, looking at the air, would kind of be my go-to. Mira, not really the biggest operator that I would say affects this site too much. You more want, that kind of denial. And they have 6 picked out for a smoke as well, so that's a bit of a weird one for me as well.
I feel like Wind and Rain's lack of actual pressure onto Hookah last time, or through VIP really at all, is probably why this Mira's getting picked. They know they're going to try and push Aquarium. We're seeing the exact same operators again. I don't think I've seen the Maverick used once yet. I'm not sure where this is being used. Very strange. I feel like if Speed's had more of a clutch operator, more utility aside him, when he seems to be playing on his own, maybe that's more useful for him.
Yeah, Maverick just not really used in any way, shape, or form. We know that teams don't even take hard breach. Maverick is technically a form of hard breach. Really, we use him as more of a glorified Thatcher in most circumstances. If you're not going to use the gadget, just pick another free speak. Pick Capitao. Very good operator on Coastline. We know can really sanction off a lot of those different rotates, and again, the smoke arrows always help with that final couple of plants.
I mean, the Jackal as well. With how Secret are now playing, roaming around, just hiding away from gunfights, playing in the bomb, can't be killed from above. Maybe the Jackal helps more.
Yeah, a lot of options that really I think Wind and Rain can look at and say, is the Maverick really that good?
I feel like we're seeing a clear setup here for Aquarium as well, by the way. We've had Office joined out, Aquarium joined out from above.
Taking VIP as well, so they're going to try and hunt a couple of rumors, not letting Leon do what Leon does best, and that is, of course, die. No, only joking. Is, of course, getting kills with the Vigil. Trying to hold the angle, sees the Ying push in. Heavy damage done to the Ying, but Theo does manage to save his life just for the meantime. E1D charge will also be used to try and hunt Vigil as much as they can. And Lackey, he actually falls. I believe that's going to be in behind off that bar that we did talk about. Was a big area. Finally, Speeds uses the Maverick.
This is what it was for. This is the master plan. He's not even going to peek it now, but it's the master plan.
Just peeking with the ACOG, with the M4, very strong gun.
Lens is very lit here as well. Very lit.
Yeah, easy couple of taps really from any gun would really sanction him off, and Speed just making a couple of holes, trying to see what he can peek from. Nobody really in the form of the A-bomb is really being established by the players of Secret. Still Leon can go for the roam game. Castle Barricade makes things a little difficult for Theo. Can just go ahead and punch through, of course. Also, Sloth, he quite smartly has the drone, trying to find Leon just as much as they can. They know that the roamer is going to come in big, because we said, very heavy roamer sided map as well.
Wind and Rain, I believe, are in very good position here, but it's gone slow. Leon, though, that's not slow.
No, that is
Sloth gone.
Pretty simple from Leon, pretty standard.
Dowie as well.
Stiz eliminates Dowie, so 50 seconds, everything crumbling for Wind and Rain at the moment. 4 versus 3. Melon Speeds and Theo to try and clutch this up for them, and really just everybody from Secret holding their angles, not that same aggressive plays that we've seen them do earlier on, so definitely the Secret that we're used to seeing. 30 seconds ago, this is kind of Wind and Rain, where they start panicking. They're not entirely sure what they want to do. You can see still Leon trying to waste as much time as he can. Plant will try and be initiated, as the Candels will try and come in and go for the cover. C4 misses as well, so this is going to have to be a potential retake from Secret. Leon lines one up onto Theo, but no, Speeds gets the refrag. But however, Stiz, he did eliminate Melons as the diffuser has been planted. Down to Speeds now, 1 versus 3. Against 3 players of Team Secret, just breathing down his neck. Meatbee has the Echo Drone intel, and that's going to be all she wrote. As Team Secret, they take the round and they take the win. 6 rounds to 3 on Coastline.
I think you have to say a convincing win for Secret all round. But Wind and Rain put up a very good showing, though. I mean, that's the best we've seen of them. Meepy and Dowie, in specific, incredible. The clutch plays, the clutch kills, the doubles.
You have to give credit to Wind and Rain. They did take 3 rounds against the big dogs in the pen. Team Secret just doing what Team Secret does, get themselves another win, but really, like we've talked about, this is the least of their worries, what they're going to try and head into within the Pro League on Thursday night and what have you. But certainly, Wind and Rain, things to take away from that they should be happy with, but also a lot of things they still need to work on. More so, I'd say, the basics about that, you know, that kind of crossfire and those pushes coming in.
I feel like the aggression, where's it gone? Yeah. They entry in. I feel like Sloth, to give him credit, I think he was very aggressive. He wanted to be aggressive. When he repelled on the double window, maybe that's not the aggression you want, though. Maybe that's not the smartest play.
No, just kind of being caught out there, Secret, seeing the opportunities, using those great minds as well as they can. All the good stuff that really Secret have. So Secret, they take another win. Technically, they are top of the league at the moment, but Guidance, they still are up to come, which I believe is our next match as well. Wind and Rain still yet to get themselves a point. So really, how do you think Wind and Rain are going to have to bounce back inside their next week? That's 3 weeks without a win.
I mean, the match can't be any harder. Realistically, they're not going to find a harder opponent. I think they showed a lot of signs of promise there. They were trying the same things over and over. Maybe towards the end of the game that wasn't helping them. We were seeing, well, we mentioned that the Maverick maybe not the best. They could have changed things. They could have changed things.
Yeah, just a lot of things to work on. Plenty now of VOD footage of themselves that they can go back and work. Of course, we always have a little bit of input, try and give the teams as much information as they can about what they need to change. But really, Team Secret, they're looking good. They are still pretty primed, I would say, to get that top 2 positions. Really, we're expecting Secret to take seed number 1. That's what we're all expecting. Even whenever before we've seen Secret qualify, yeah, pretty easy run for Secret inside of, you know, amateur league, professional team. You know, put 2 to 2 together, that's what you kind of get. But really, that number 2 spot is more the ones that I think we're kind of, you know, seeing who might try and grab that number 2 spot.
And speaking of number 2 spot, in the next match, we're going to see 2 teams who really want that spot, who really, we think, but both could easily achieve that.
Yeah, Guidance more so, because they have that little bit more off that advantage in terms of points, but certainly, you know, second game coming up, that's going to be something to look forward to as well. But yeah, still plenty of things to talk about, I would say. I would say the lack of the hard breach is one thing that really stood out for me inside of Coastline from both teams. Sure, Speedsy took the Maverick, only used it once, but everything else, you know, we just see more aggression, soft breaching, all that kind of stuff. What's your kind of take on the way that Coastline has shifted inside of the meta?
I feel like Coastline's always been quite a weird one. I feel like it started getting played purely because of the way in Pro League how maps, you can't continue to play them, right? I feel like if a team had the choice to say, is Coastline our favorite map? Maybe not.
No.
I feel like Coastline's a very hard map to play consistently because there's so many different things you can do with that map, right? Like, that map is massive. We've seen the horizontal and vertical realms at the same time, everything going on. You don't even need a hard breacher, you can just play meta. It's a tough map, but I feel like Wind and Rain, they put in a very good performance there. It's just unfortunate. I mean, especially on their defense, they could have had 1, maybe 2 more rounds. If they go into them attacks 4-1 up, and then we're still talking about the aggression and confidence issues, then maybe it's a different story, but I feel like it was close.
Yeah. Finally, guys, another thing to add is that after many long weeks of production team trying to get this sorted for the interviews, we finally have our interviews ready, and we are going to go live with the player of Team Secret, none other than Matthew Meatby Sharpless. How are you doing today, Meatby?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Yes, we can finally hear you. That is absolutely excellent. So, Meatby, congratulations, of course, on your win. Of course, it is Premiership. It's not really the thing that you have your eyes on, of course, but certainly a win's a win in your books.
Yeah, it's the Premiership for us is just, you know, it's something to take part in. You know, competing it runs in our blood, so we'll enter any tournament we really can, and that's what Prem is to us. It's just a tournament to play.
Yeah, certainly, you know, you guys have looked pretty strong. Of course, 1 week was not really what you guys were looking for, but I think that's one thing that we want to talk about in general is kind of the way that you guys play Coastline. We see no hard breach. Is that something that's kind of, you know, shifted away just in terms of the general meta of Coastline?
Yeah, not many people take like the Theatre Penthouse bomb site anymore, where it's kind of the only bomb site where you need a hard breacher. Everything else is kind of open in terms of vertical play and even horizontal play, that you don't necessarily need a Habana or a Thermite unless you want to do something very specific that requires it. There's always a workaround. There's always an operator you can take that can do the job just as good on Coastline.
Tristan, any questions you want to ask Mr. Einstein over here?
I just feel like, what were your thoughts on War's vertical play? Like, you must have realized in the kitchen they were trying to play really aggressive vertically, but they just couldn't get picks. What were you guys doing to stop them from getting those picks, especially when they had Lion, they opened up all the floor, they had the rotator, the window covered? How did you guys stop it?
Well, when you're defending kitchen and you're expecting a lot of vertical pressure, especially if you don't actively hold upstairs with mirror windows or reinforcements and things like that, the only way you can negate the bleeding of players through picks like that is to play them in Sunbar, to play them in the kitchen hallway, inside of main lobby. You take control of the bottom floor, not necessarily with reinforcements, but just with the bodies of the players, and you leave just 1 player or 2 players on site. So there's enough places for you to run around, there's enough places for you to play without you stepping on someone else's toes.
Yeah, perfect way of just, you know, some of these new teams you may want to know, yeah, what's the best way of really defending this kitchen? But I think it's time to let you go, maybe get on with, of course, the practice that you have to do for Thursday. Big match. Of course, everybody here will be watching, hoping that the UK boys do us proud and go get that spot to Rio.
Will do, guys. Thank you.
Well, wise words from him. Of course, always a pleasure talking to Meatby. Great knowledge that guy really brings. Really opened up our eyes. Great stuff.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear. They say it's just to participate for them, but then we're hearing all these tiny little things that they do regardless.
Yeah. But how about we just take a little time to reflect on what we've had, and again, you guys go toilet breaks, get some snacks, get some drinks, whatever you guys need to do to refill, because we still have a lot more Siege action coming right up, and that will be coming to you very, very soon. Don't go anywhere.
diffuser has left the designated station. Defender exposed.
Try box. Stairs, stairs, stairs.
Nothing great ever happened without a witness.
Oh, you guys saw that?
With the power to capture comes the need to share.
Check this.
Followed by the eyeballs and loud mouths chomping at the bit.
That was nuts.
The fate of the game rests in your hands.
Check this out. No.
Oh my God.
Leave nothing to chance. Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
coach of Secret. Hello everyone and welcome back to week 3 of the ESL Premiership for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by Intel and gaming from Curry's PC World. Once again joined by me and Tristan, still on the desk, and we will be moving in very shortly to our next matchup tonight, which is going to be Guidance Gaming versus M&M.
A good game. We're excited for this one. This is the one me and you both pinpointed as the match to look out for. This is the showcase match. We want to see how good these teams actually are. Both started really well. I don't think anyone can take anything away from them. But I think the incentive has to be for M&M to win this game. They have to win this game. Because it's all well and good getting the 2 draws, respectable performances against good teams. But if they don't beat Guidance and Guidance goes 7 ahead of them, when, as we said, we're expecting Secret to take top spot, doesn't look good to be 7 behind.
Yeah. Certainly, M&M, they came away with 2 draws against not just Team Secret, but also Vexed as well. Very good performances from them. Really surprised us a lot, especially that first week. You always really expected, oh, who drew the short card and who went ahead and played Secret. No, they surprised all of us, and then even to get that draw against Vex, with Pengu as well playing, you kind of have to commend them. So that's, you know, the big games from them automatically gone, so now they kind of have these easier run of forms against, you know, Wind and Rain, Horizon, those kind of weaker teams. But certainly Guidance came out, all shots going, just firing away, getting those kills, a lot of good stuff from them, and they are top of the league for that reason. But yeah, this is a big one. This really decides if Guidance are going to kind of run away and really fight for that second spot, or will M&M actually beat Guidance and, you know, kind of take down that team who has looked very, very strong as well, equal that up and kind of fight for that second spot as well. But again, like we've already said, down to the maps, and how about we have a look at the maps and we'll see what is going to be banned out and what map we will be exploring. And it's going to be a fun one tonight. Consulate, the first time we're seeing Consulate out. What are you thinking of that one? I'm
surprised. I'm shocked. I thought both teams would try and stay true to what they've been playing, a bit of Border, a bit of Oregon. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe they got something new.
Yeah, well, it's always good to see something new, because typically we're always kind of used to seeing, oh yeah, let's go with Border, let's go with Oregon, let's see the same stuff over and over again. But no, certainly a lot different this time. Consulate, a lot of things have opened up, especially with that new bomb site being added to Consulate. Also provides a lot of, you know, different strategies that maybe these teams do have, you know, experience with. They've practiced, they've scrimmed it, they went over everything that they need to do, and they're ready for it for game day.
I feel like maybe both teams don't want VOD footage on them. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of them play Consulate as of yet. I know that Kendrew, who does play inside of the Challenger League for Trainhard, he has played a fair bit of Consulate, actually played against Ents on Consulate on Monday night, and he actually did manage to take that to a draw.
He played it very well.
He played very well, so Kendrew is kind of my guy who I'm kind of nudging forward to really stand up and front up to this M&M lineup. M&M, on the other hand, some pretty good players there. You have Nello, Freo, kind of 2 foreigners in that team. And then you have, you know, the UK guys, Prox as well, Xbox. See if he can do some damage.
Representing for the boys.
Rep the Xbox as always.
Of course, well, I mean, they have good players, that's why they're a good team, but that's why we see it. I feel like Consulate is a tougher map though. We know about M&M as well, is that their Premiership team isn't the exact same as the team they always scrim with. So maybe are there issues there for a map as big as Consulate, with 4 bomb sites now that supposedly are viable. But I don't know. I don't know who to pick in this match. I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, especially Consulate. Every single bomb site is defendable. We've seen that from the top floor, mid floor, bottom floor, and even that split bomb site as well, which was added in. So a lot of options for these teams. A lot of different, you know, operator bans, I'd say, would play a big part, just like it does in every other map. And talking about operator bans, let's have a look, and we'll see how this goes between Guidance Gaming and M&M Gaming. Let's see what the first ban will be, and it's the big man on this particular map.
He's gone again.
Blackbeard gone.
No B window repels for them then. Gonna be, I feel like it's a good pick to get rid of him. And M&M are banning Very Cook as well. They want the Lion gone. They've watched last game, don't they?
Goodbye.
I feel like they've watched it.
Yeah, well, pretty much you could watch any game inside of competitive play and really have a look and see, oh yeah, that guy's pretty good. This is why teams ban him. That's the reason why G2, the best team in the world, banned him every single time they could at Paris, and they won the championship from it.
Maybe they would have won anyway. I feel like they're pretty good. But we're going to see Maestro gone as well. Another long-range ACOG operator. Maybe, is there a lobby pick here? What are we thinking? Is
Possibly.
that in mind?
I don't know, well, really, if you're going to pick the Maestro, that's more, I would say, to deny more the downstairs, where potentially M&M, they're going to look to go for those heavy kind of smoke and Glaz pushes, which Glaz is going to be open, a very scary operator, especially for that mid-floor bomb site and that downstairs. Maybe not so much to top floor, but no, seems to be we're going to have to go back to us, Tristan, and go to a bit of a rehost here.
Well, you can never get enough of us, Demo, unfortunately.
The camera loves you.
I love the camera.
You love the camera?
Built for the camera.
Built for the... Already, the absolute morale that Tristan powers on through with, you know, this is your first
Xbox morale.
Your first cast as well. Chat, come on, we'll have to give credit to him. He's doing a pretty bang up job.
Doing my best.
You can have my job.
What can you expect?
You can sit here with Scoundrel next week. How's that sound?
I wouldn't like to put you out of a job, Demo, I'm afraid. That's why I'm limiting myself.
Have to go homeless from that stage, really.
You know,
I might have to be production. That's how bad it might get, guys. I might have to do production job. This is probably where I'm going to get, like, you know, completely cut out of the screen. Productions is going to flip it. Completely not let me be here anymore. That's me done, you know. I might already hear in my ear some very threatening words. Please send help. This is not a fun production team. They've been nice to you, but not to me, because they don't like me.
I've been nice to them.
That's true. I'm nice to these guys.
Some things that go on behind the cameras, then.
Maybe I don't know about this stuff. But certainly what we kind of seen from that, we did get the bands locked in, so we know what's going to be played.
Mira's gone again.
Mira's gone. Which is it? Mira, not so much.
A weird one for Consulate, though, I think.
Consulate, really, Mira isn't that big of a threat. You have a lot of ways to really deal with that Mira window, just down to the kind of window play that you have. Glaz being let through, bit of a scary one, and especially whenever M&M have been a team that we've known to have a lot of scary Glaz play. They've done it against Secret, kind of single-handedly won that match against Secret, was the fact that they had the power of the Glaz that Nello really used and abused, and whenever they combo that with operators there like Capiteo, who still has, you know, those asphyxiating bolts, a lot of damage on that basement defense.
With Blackbeard banned as well, I'm pretty sure you can sort of adamantly say Glaz might be picked in this game.
Yeah. There's
a pretty good chance of it. Unfortunately, we don't get to see it straight away, though.
No, we're just going to have to wait a wee while. Still getting the lobby set up as quick as we can. Still, scorelines 0-0, so we didn't really see anything a lot we can talk about, but really the mentality that I would say that Guidance have went in for straight away, Lion being gone, do not want to deal with that. And on Maestro's one, really that, you know, that kind of defender ban can really be versatile, and if you want to ban Maestro, do you want to ban Echo as well, a very strong anchor operator, or even Clash has been one which has really rose through the ranks to in terms of getting that banned out as well.
Another one speed. All the one speeds, they seem to be taken.
Like
people say the free speeds are overpowered. All the one speeds get banned.
Yeah, it's not as if it's like back in pre-nerf Ela, which that would, of course, in this day and age would be banned out.
That was very fun. The impact nades, the 50 in a clip, 4 mines.
No recoil.
Very fun. Very fun.
A lot of stuff that Ela really did bring. She still has her advantages. I know that Kendrew is a big fan of Ela, not with the Scorpion, but with the Echo 12. That's
he loves
a bit of a scary one.
We've seen that in Challenger League on Monday.
We've seen a lot of that.
That seems to be a very common strategy now, though. Very common strategy. So maybe I feel like it's not going to be a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise for M&M. There's going to be a counter to it.
I can kind of see Kendrew saying to Guidance, you know, how about use our strategy? This looks pretty well. I can play my shotgun. I can do some real damage to this bathroom. And again, that shotgun still provides, you know, that kind of verticality where if they want to have that more destructibility factor, if they want to open up some holes from above, potentially, if M&M just want to say, nope, let's not go near that bathroom, let's just push in through the garage and plant that shotgun, open up the holes above. You can then play that with the shotgun, which still does a lot of damage. And Griswold Mines, always handy for those kind of couple of seconds of that gunfights that really gives you that upper edge as an element.
I think the other thing for us to look out for this game that we didn't see last game, Pulse isn't banned. There's going to be more vertical play. I think Pulse, especially for Consulate, you probably expect him to be banned more so than Mira. But that's not what we're seeing. But we're going to have to look out for it.
Valkyrie's another one.
I mean, we saw a questionable Valkyrie camera in the last matchup. Maybe some better ones in this match. We'll see.
Yeah, something that I picked up on Consulate, just in terms of, you know, Valkyrie, that really teams fear the fact that you can get those black eyes in very strong positions outside of the map. Nullifies that complete roam game that you may want to go for, or not the roam game, the more heavy window play. Try and get it out where you kind of have it on like a northeast corner where you can see the east side and the north side simultaneously, and then really you just kind of go for the runouts. Consulate, a lot of runouts, a lot of spawn peaks, and we'll have to see if we see any of that stuff, because we are finally back into the matchup after that short little rehost, and hopefully we shouldn't have any of that. And once again, Guidance, they will be on the defense, and it will be M&M on the attack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing here, Demo? I feel like there's a little bit of a bomb being picked here.
Yeah, this is new.
This is very new.
I don't think I've casted this bomb site yet.
I don't think I've casted this bomb site yet.
Well, obviously you haven't.
But as we were saying as well, Pulse and Valkyrie. I mean, to be expected from this bomb, though, to be fair. Maybe that's not going to be indicative of the rest of the game. However, are we seeing an Echo being 6-picked to an Echo here?
I was kind of hoping to see
These
that.
are the Challenger League strategies that we show in the ESL
This is the mind games that he brings. I was kind of hoping to see Echo onto that Ela, but no, he's not going to go for it. I want to see that Ela.
Do you reckon he's got the Echo shotgun?
He might, does he?
And maybe not the best choice anymore with the secondary.
No, he doesn't. He has the MP5.
He unfortunately doesn't. Maybe that's the
Supernova. But it will be the split bomb site, the new bomb site that was added alongside Operation Grim Sky with Clash and Maverick as well. When we do see both those operators not being banned out, Maverick's another one which sometimes we see being played on Consulate because he is very good at getting open that triple wall and garage as well.
I think the meeting walls as well, top floor is very good. If
very
you
sneaky.
From the hallway. The bathroom as well. If he is the play in there with the shotgun, you can definitely Maverick into the back of that.
Yeah, go on free bench, hallway, open that up.
100%. I feel like the IQ has slipped under the radar here, by the way, because she is countering almost everything that Guidance are bringing.
3 out of 5 of the operators that Guidance have brung. IQ can make quick work with that gadget that she does have to spot all of those gadgets, all the utility ready to be found out, and especially on a map like Consulate where they've let the Valkyrie through, they know they've let the Valkyrie through, then it's kind of a no-brainer to just go ahead and bring that counter to her. Dokkaebi is technically a counter, which is also let through, another kind of substitute that teams like to bring if Lion is banned out. But we're not seeing any Dokkaebi. We might see an appearance later, potentially from Guidance if they want to go that route. But also, a Jackal being brought by Proc. Sure, we see Jackal on maps like Bank, but Consulate not so much.
I think also we're not seeing the glance here. We singled that out. It's not been taken.
A lot of free speeds.
At the minute, though, it's literally just, as you said, there's heavy, heavy window pressure on this map, constantly. That's all we're seeing from M&M at the minute. They're just trying to get that top floor control and push their way down. It doesn't look like they're going to go for a garage take on this. It looks like heavy vertical play and Proxy. He does get the entry frag. That's the Valkyrie as well. That's a C4 down already, Demon.
Yeah, C4 gone. It really opens up a lot more of the way that these players of M&M can push in. Don't really have to worry about standing still that much. Quite ironic that, you know, kind of standing still is all about if you're an attacker of the Lion, but no, with C4s you have to keep moving. Still, plenty of utility for Guidance. Still have Harris there on the Pulse, trying to gain as much intel and potentially get a couple of C4 kills from below as well. Also, Kendry Echo Drones are always going to be ever so present of trying to stall out the round as much as they can, but Citizen adds another kill on the side of M&M, eliminates Vex, so the entire top floor is going to be straight away eliminated on the side of Guidance Gaming. As you can see, they're playing majority from downstairs. As soon as you know that a team is going to try and push in from the top floor, you should automatically rotate.
As they are now.
All three of them downstairs.
Gone. With a C4 gone as well. A C4 gone, 2 players down. They could almost get a plant here. They got the smokes, they got the Capital. There was 3 people pushing 1 player in admin. They really want this roam control gone. However, it's still not looking terrible for Guidance. They've got the Echo drones, they've still got a C4, they've got 3 smokes. Just 35 seconds remaining now. M&M need to start getting a move on.
Blackout trying to play these angles from below, having all of the floor shot out. This is kind of, I believe, the kind of retake strategy that Guidance are going to try and play. Something that I haven't seen that much, but look, the Jackal track will come into big effect for that. And all 3 players are going to be down, and quite smartly, M&M knowing the Pulse is going to be brought. The C4 destroys the table. I didn't even know you could do that.
Happened.
But wow.
If only Valk was alive.
What a play from the players of M&M. Harris trying to see if he can find himself a kill or 2, but really missing the shots. He gets tagged up just a bit. Still a 3 versus 5. Diffuser being planted, make that 2 versus 3. 2 versus 4. Kendry gets himself the first kill for his team, but the angles being held by M&M should be pretty simple at this stage for them, just to hold the angles on the doorways. Blackout, another kill for him, but straight away refragged, and Nello cleans up. Double kill. Clean double kill for Nello. And wow, M&M, what a round from them, and they take the early lead against Guidance.
I'm still bemused by that desk. I can't believe that is in the game. I don't think there's a desk on any map that does that.
This is the new bomb site. No one ever would go on tellers. This is the power of that new bomb site.
but it's not worked.
It hasn't worked.
It is a it was a really good round by M&M. The roam clear was fantastic. They didn't lose a single person doing it. I think we came down to, what, 20 seconds remaining before they even lost a single player. 10 seconds left. They wasted both all the echo charges. They can get the plant down. They wasted the C4. It was really well played by M&M. They've used their utility correctly, Demo. Maybe what we didn't see last match on the attacks. As you were saying, Secret were going for frags. Wall were standing outside. But this time, it was a very good attack.
So they will opt for the top floor, the more common bomb site off the 4. They tried the early split bomb site to see if they could snag an early round potentially and kind of give them that upper edge, but no. M&M, they have adapted to it quite well. We must add it was a very strong attack from them, but we'll see how they can cope with the more usual bomb site that I'm sure they're expecting. No Mira, because it has been banned out. Sometimes we see Mira make a bit of an appearance for the upstairs, potentially one inside of that break room that you can see Harris getting ready. But still, more or less the same, if not the same. I think Kendry's the only one who switched out from the Echo, and really the Pulse has not been there. And also, I believe Vex, no smoke on the side of Guidance as well. So a lot of different operators have been changed on the side of Guidance to really try and mix things up. They're going for more of an aggressive lineup rather than the heavy kind of plays with the smoke. M&M, only thing I'm seeing is really Turtle coming on the Capitao instead of anything else. Did he even switch from the Capitao?
I believe he was Capitao last round.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
What, the farm, mate?
Yeah.
We're now seeing Kendra on the Ella. Is that the shotgun as well?
Oh.
It is the shotgun. We said to watch out for this. You still got the 2 Ella mines as well, and you were saying there's no smoke. You can use those Ella mines like a smoke. You can delay a lot of time with those Ella mines before you choose to peek. It's looking, again, more or less the same by M&M, though. There's no quick rush. It looks like they're trying to get complete outside control first. Playing safe on the windows, droning everything out, as you can see there. It was a 3-man push on Admin last time, and Valk is on her own in there. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, typically Admin is the push that we have seen a lot more from teams. Really, the B window only works if you do have that big threat of a Blackbeard, which we know is going to be banned, so it kind of nullifies that effect. Sure, you could play one person over in those windows to try and apply a little bit of pressure. Really isn't going to do that big of a damage, so more or less Admin has been favoured more times out of it. So certainly you can see the Admin getting ready. They're getting their drones in, getting all of the prep phase ready. They'll get all the utility sent in. Still those asphyxiating bolts on the side of Turtle ready to be fired in. Try and snag the kill, you know, for the Flame as M&M's logo. See if they can get a couple of Flame kills with that Capitao.
We're not going to see it quite yet from him, though. They're still playing really slow, M&M. This isn't what we saw last round. They were very happy to get inside the windows the last round. We're seeing not yet to see a pick. I believe Ash is on the Visa stairs, though, trying to come up behind. They are getting the crossfire. They're taking it slowly.
Citizen using the advantage off those Jackals, trying to Ash from below, but you cannot actually Ash that breaker. A bit of a misplay by that, and Blackout, another DC we've had, and hopefully he can try and get back in before anything does happen.
So Ash is in a very good position here now as well. Right by the double doors, Nello's droning out Visa. He's seen a lot of it's clear. Found the Elamine. They've got admin control completely now. It's looking like it's going to be a fiery end to this round. The Ella's playing very close to the door with the shotgun. That's going to be something to watch out for. Hayes has got the crossfire on him.
Kendrew still playing very aggressive with the shotgun, see if he can do any damage to salvage this round after we did have that unfortunate drop from Blackout. Nello, excellent rotate from him, trying to put more pressure. Look at this crossfire established by the players of M&M, just completely eliminates Kendrew. Down to Harris, Hayes and Vex to see if they can clutch this up. The fuse goes down. This is just absolute domination from the players of M&M. Citizen finally does fall. Nello has been down inside of the crossfire in the window. Vex trying to see how aggressive he can play. Sees the shots coming from the spiral. Picks that up. Harris, the kill for him. All down to Freo. Down to him and Turtle. Turtle picks up one. Here comes the flank from Vex. Eliminates Turtle as well. So down to Freo. He's onside of the windows. Do they even know he's there? No, they don't. And we seem to have a bit of a glitch. Hayes cannot even get through the wall at this stage. Hayes, see if he can get the pick. Pushes on in. They know where he is. No C4 available, however. Has to go for the jump out. But as you can see, Freo has the angle. Hell, here comes the jump out, and Freo will get the clutch. M&M, what an attack from them. So aggressive. We thought that was going to end in disaster with the way that Vex was there, but wow, what an explosive end of that round.
That was ridiculous. I thought Guidance got this. They pulled it straight back out of nowhere. And they're going for the defuse in the 2v1. Do they think he's injured? What's going on? He's just stood at the window, the most obvious spot you would expect. Don't know.
Questionable.
Very questionable. I think the Valk, unfortunately, in the 1v1, can't do anything there. Can't get through the wall for whatever reason. Not sure what that was about. The Ash charge, bit questionable. But yeah, just a very strange situation. Very strange for them not to realize the Thermite's there. But M&M go 2 rounds up. This is huge for them. In terms of this is huge. Consulate can be seen as a map as well that against the team, like we said, M&M, who aren't probably incredibly organized considering it's not their full lineup.
Yeah.
They've taken 2 attack rounds. Attacking Consulate can be very difficult.
Citizen being one of those main players that we know are so strong on those potential fragging rules. He has done the business whenever his team has needed him to. So certainly we're expecting more play from him. M&M, my team, well, you have Horizon. I have my team. We both qualified with those teams.
I would not like to be associated.
But yeah, M&M, you know, I've played with these guys. I know these guys, how they play. Freo and Nello really impressed me whenever I did play with them personally. Really good bit of insight. Nello being one of the main IGLs for that team. Good game knowledge, knows the kind of plays he wants to go for. Freo cleaning up kills and procs. I've known procs quite some time. He's knew him from Xbox as well. But yeah, M&M really surprising me. I thought Guidance just having a little bit of an edge. You know, they have a very strong lineup. The majority of those guys have been in PC a lot longer. And also they have Kendrew, the only Challenger League player from the UK inside of the Challenger League. And he is also on Guidance Gaming. So it's kind of, yeah, it's up against M&M. They're going against the experience and the Challenger League player. But no, all guns blazing, coming in hot for the Flame. I think that's the perfect quote we could go for that.
Something interesting to note here, the IQ's gone for the Sledge, and now Echo, Valk, Pulse are all gone. The timing, incredible timing.
Great timing.
We're also going to see a third defense, a third different defense in a row. This is not what we saw last game. This is completely different to last match. 2 different approaches taken by Guidance and the 2 other teams from last match.
This is Consulate. It is a map which is very versatile on all of its bomb sites. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the mid floor coming out next in the next defense for Guidance, but they have to focus on this one, and we talked about that bathroom hold. We're not seeing Kendrew on the Ela with the shotgun, which we were kind of hoping we would see a little bit of glimpse of that because we have seen it from Challenger League from him. But no, on the smoke can still create some shotgun holes from below, trying to see if we can get some picks from that. But no, just one player on the side of a Guidance being established inside of that bathroom. It will down to Harris to see how much he can actually delay from this M&M attack.
It looks like we're seeing complete top 4 control game by M&M again here. This seems to be what they want, but Guidance aren't really stopping it. They're not trying to stop this.
Certainly those Inox that the Jackal has, find those footprints, try and get these tags, which is probably the reason why they're bringing the Jackal. Again, Consulate is heavy roam map. You have 3 sets of staircases, which you can see he is using that full advantage.
The first pick as well is gone.
Big kill for Blackout. Proc's done, so no more Jackal tags from him. Harris trying his best to see how much he can delay this round, and definitely Nello trying to get a couple of frag grenades in, but Vex with the ADSs will try and eat that up. Great crossfires again established by M&M, but really
Hayes
nobody.
Has got a very good flank here as well. It doesn't look like there's any on top floor to stop him. He could get to that main W hatch, but Citizen gets the pick before that can happen.
Possibly he could win for another one for himself. Is getting tagged from that flank
hatch.
From above, like you were talking about. A great roam game from Hayes. Doesn't manage to secure the kill nonetheless. Citizen down to about half HP. Still a good bit of time for Guidance to see if they can clutch out this round. They can at least get Nello in there with the sledgehammer. Citizen is aware of a potential rotate up the bottom. Spiral could come in, but sends Vex right back down into the hole from which he came. Kendrew, this is a perfect position from a smoke. Very aggressive with the shotgun, can easily switch out the SMG-11 and try and get a couple of headshots from the long-range fights. And of course, those gas canisters are always going to be pretty big, but really the eyes are on Hayes to see how he can cope with this and potentially pull off a bit of a upset on the side of M&M, trying to eliminate these couple of remaining.
Anybody watching him either. That just pushed straight down to bottom floor, coming up behind the Jaeger, but the castle will be in the way.
He sees the capo, eliminates Turtle, eliminate him. That's a big kill. But look, everybody else in M&M, they have just pushed on in, and Citizen gets the final kill over his big plays.
That feels like a complete collapse onto site from M&M.
What can you say? M&M going 3 rounds to 0 up against Guidance Gaming. I was completely wrong. I said my predictions to production. Production are now laughing at me quite heavily. And I don't know at all. What has happened to me today? I've crumbled.
You're just under pressure. You got competitive casting there. It's got you rattled.
Here it comes.
Rattled. Frau, on the Thermite, by the way, nonetheless. Fragging out very well. You were saying hard to frag and be the IGR. Even harder when you're on Thermite. Citizen as well, as you would expect. A player well known for his fragging ability, regardless of who he's playing against.
So I was kind of expecting the mid-floor to really be an option here for Guidance, try and take them to every single bomb site, keep the players of M&M on their toes. But no, will be that downstairs once more. I would more than likely expect that Guidance are kind of thinking, we nearly won. We kind of nearly had that clutch coming in, but just the kind of final execution just came into play. They couldn't really stop it. We've seen the aggressive nature that M&M really provided. Freo just dropping in, gets the kills, Citizen clean up as well. So really, Guidance, I think that they need to put just more pressure. Do not let Guidance have that, or let M&M have that easy kind of room, just clearing out everything on top floor. That's all they took.
I feel like that is going to happen. If you're looking at the Operator's Guidance are taking hit, there are far more aggressive choices here. We were seeing Hayes last time flanking with the Legion. It's a good gun, but is it Jaeger? Especially now with the new recoil changes. I think Jaeger could be a much better choice for them. The Pulse is finally coming out. IQ is now back though. The timing, once again.
Echo drones as well, the timing.
The battle of the sixth pick has gone in the favor of M&M here twice in a row now.
Still quite sad we're not seeing FO12 coming out.
I just
disappointed.
Well, we saw it once and he got crossfired from about 12 angles. That was quite unfortunate.
Yeah, he was just trapped in the corner, couldn't really do anything, just died.
But once again, we're going to see M&M taking the top floor, especially admin. But is there going to be a counter to this time? That's what we need to watch out for, damn it.
So, IQ just trying to see if he can scan any potential Echo drones. Sometimes we see a couple of, kind of Echo drones in those meeting areas. If there is going to be that bit of a roam game upstairs, he can kind of play that Echo drone as that support. I still don't know how we managed to play Echo with only one Echo drone at the time. That was extremely difficult.
It was also, it looked very weird when you were on the camera. Green, just completely weird shapes. Very strange. Echo now in a much better place.
Yeah, Echo's definitely rose through the ranks. That's why we're seeing him being a fairly strong ban for some teams. Picking it out, for Pro League, Team Vitality, very slow, methodical type of play. Echo always going to be a ban for them. Certainly, Wind and Rain, that may be an option, getting rid of Echo, as they've kind of fit it into those kind of slow, methodical pushes. I wouldn't really say slow, methodical. I'd say more they're very slow because they panic. What we've talked about Wind and Rain.
But I feel like it's harsh to judge against Secret. I think they're learning. Teams will improve. Just like we're seeing with, well, maybe not so much for this hold from Guidance. They've not gone for the aggressive play that we were looking for. The Thermite was getting opened even quicker this time. I believe it was open very late last time. It happened around 30 seconds.
Vex, he could have very easily have went for that bandit trick. Nobody was watching. That's something that I have picked on, that, yeah, teams, they go ahead and sledge or open up above the bandit, going for the bandit trick. But whenever the Thermite goes down, nobody watches it. What's the point of opening it if you're not actually going to sit there and wait for the bandit?
Maybe you don't watch a demo, but these teams, I'm sure they will watch for the bandit trick. One thing to note though, Bandit does have the C4 late. And the Bandit, who still has that C4 on the roam, the aggression whipping out from 2 free speeds there, like we said.
Citizen does fall, so down to the remaining 4 members of M&M already. First gas caster will be popped. Also second, Texan Dynamite's going to get blown, but no Kendry. He picks himself up a kill on
one
the
set
turtle.
of smokes remaining.
Big kill for him as well, so down to the final 3 remaining players. This is looking a lot more Guidance favoured compared to M&M, unless Freo, he can come in with the quick frags. He manages to down, but no, the refrag coming in from the Kendry. I was about to say Trainhard, but no, he gets the final kill on Tonello. That's one thing I hate about Kendry. It says Trainhard, and I always keep thinking, yes, Trainhard gets the kill. No, it's Guidance because he plays for Guidance in Prem.
Thank you for that. That's a good observation. I like that. I do like that. But I feel like that was a lot better from Guidance, though. Or maybe Trainhard, as you like to call it. But Guidance did very well. The aggression, like we said, the Bandit didn't want a bandit trick, but he thought, you know what? We'll run up Visa stairs, we'll get a pick. Why not?
Finally, Kendry, he pulls out the Ella. Please let it be the FO12.
He was on this for the last time they defended console, it has to be said.
Should be,
because have to be said.
I want to see him get some kills. I want to see that FO12 put in some action. I'm a big fan of that gun. Hopefully, he can do some more damage.
We're seeing no Tellers pick again. I'm a little bit upset. I like the Tellers.
Maybe it's just a one thing.
I like seeing new stuff.
So do I. That's true. I'm quite happy that we're even going to maps. Like, we've had Coastline and Consulate. No more Border and Oregon, it seems to be. Maybe speaking too soon, because we still have 2 more matches to come, which more than likely we'll see at least Border or Oregon pick for that, just in terms of the way the teams are, and especially Horizon, where really Border has been their only map that they've really wanted to play.
Barrage. I believe they played Oregon both games.
Oregon, yes, definitely one for them. Still plenty of that to come. But nonetheless, having Consulate there, we've even seen the new bomb site has been very enjoyable, and certainly the way that M&M attack that, just absolute aggression from them. I'm sure we'll see pretty much the same kind of similar playstyle. They'll take from admin, they'll take corridor, go in for the plant, and then it's really down to the players of Guidance see how they most of all can at least deny the plant for a little bit longer, and then finally they have to go for the retake strategy.
We're seeing the Jackal taken away here as well from M&M. It seems to be not working for them. They're not really being challenged, trying to enter into admin or anything. There's no footsteps to get. We've gone for an extra soft breach, probably due to the castles that are being played. But yeah, we're not going to see, again, the Pulse. The Pulse has gone.
Yeah, instead still, Valkyrie there, Echo still there, so IQ gets plenty of utility. Even those Griswold mines could be something that the IQ may be looking forward to trying to eliminate, but at the moment just doing a bit of droning phase, and really, M&M, they have completely switched up their strategy. We would have thought, yeah, admin is going to be the clear kind of thing they want to go for, but no. Yellow stairs and then towards the B is going to be where it's going to be headed to. Kendra just eats the nade.
Tanked that grenade.
Bit of protein in him and potentially could find a kill if Prox isn't too careful. He was just right beside the doorway, but no, Kendra lives to fight another day.
Scanning for devices and
he lives to shotgun another wall. I think he started, and just as you see it there, demo, he just come out to Ash, decided to challenge him. I've seen Citizen have quite a bit of banter with Kendra about the Ella shotgun, but it's come to bite him.
Love the Ella shotgun. I'm really happy he finally got a kill. We could see so many more. You know what? Upstairs, very close range, and especially in towards that yellow stairs B. Shotgun could do a lot of damage. He may be looking to find some more members as they are lurking inside of the yellow.
As well, the aggression that's coming out now, Demo, since we mentioned it, much, much higher.
But no, Kendra just rotates back to site. Knows he has a bit of time. Still, plenty of time for M&M. Consulate really doesn't take that much time to really push, but still has to go through Kendra with the shotgun on the yellow stairs. A very hard thing to actually try and push and aggress onto. As you can see, Freo, he might also get killed from the window. First, the fixating bolt will be fired in, but to no avail, doesn't find anything at the moment, and still Kendra alive and well.
We're going to see here again a slow push. A very slow push now. They don't have top floor control. They're still outside of the windows, and I think the Guidance have really countered this very well. But it's all going to come down to who wins these engagements when they jump through the window. It should be in favor of Guidance here, but you never know.
Kendra down to extremely low health. We thought they may try and get some, but no. Eliminates the drone as well, and finally Freo, he finds that pesky Ella. Double kill for Freo onto Harris as well through the wall. 30 seconds to go. Still, tons of time for M&M in terms of really how quick it gets the plant. Prox has swung on in towards the B bomb site, so they do have a foothold inside of the objective. Blackout does have the Echo drone, sees exactly where he is as Freo. He will rotate on in and attempt to plant the bomb, but that Echo drone, it could potentially win them this round. Vex eliminates Nello. Plant will try and go down quite smartly, just trying to avoid the C4s from below, but not avoiding the Echo drone, even avoiding the shots from Vex. He uproots that entire attack. A double kill for Vex as well, and almost found the third, but no. Time runs out. Vex, the saving grace of that round for Guidance. And M&M, they do lose another round on the trot, and Guidance finally with a bit of fight back.
That is a huge round for Guidance, and I thought it was going... It looked a little bit shaky. 2 of them died from Frau outside of the window. Was it necessary? Is that over-aggression now instead of what we saw from the start where they were quite passive? But very good work by the Jaeger and the Echo. The Echo perfectly placed. No IQ. Where's IQ? She didn't get the Echo drones, and it turned out to be a huge round for Guidance.
Yeah, just didn't even need to use the Sonic Burst. You literally just gave it for the callouts. Vex
gave the info.
Knew exactly where it was. Tags came in, swung around, got the quick kills. That's all he needed to do. And well, that will be all 5 rounds of the defense done for Guidance. They can now move on to their attacks, and it really does put all the pressure onto M&M to see how they will cope with the defenses. Still, yet to see a mid-floor this matchup. We might see M&M if they want to opt for it, and especially with the new objective parameter rule, if you do win 2 defensive bomb sites on the trot, then you're going to have to be forced to at least a 3rd option bomb site. Really something that Consulate really didn't affect. Mid-floor was always an option, and with the 4th one as well, provides another option. Oregon and maps like Border, really I would say get hindered from that a lot more, because kitchen dining and the big tower rear stage in Oregon just isn't that viable.
Not ideal. Not ideal bomb sites. But another thing about ideal bomb site, there's no thermite here for a garage attack. M&M have completely had the luck with the 6 picks, the bomb sites, all sorts. This looks like it could be very difficult for Guidance. They're going to have to make use of these banner charges, make sure that wall's open, but you've got to worry about the hatches. Are they going to hold the hatches?
5 seconds
We don't know.
to go.
Guidance, they still have a very hefty soft breach, Sledge and Buck, so even if one does get killed, another one can just pick up the pieces and really just start going ham on that wooden floor. So we could see 1 Hibana charge on the hatch, and then 2 of them on the garage. Still gives them a way into the garage for the plant beside White Van, and really, once you open up every single bit of flooring inside of Piano, there's nowhere that the players of M&M can even attempt to sit and even try and stop the plant, so that may be the option that they're going to try and go for, maybe just shoving the thermite away and saying, yeah, we've done this, we know how to cope with this kind of playstyle. Citizen, he could get caught out very easily.
Aggressive by Citizen. The Bandit as well, nonetheless, on a garage defend. Are they going to expect this?
No drones, however, on the side of Guidance. Kendra, he may be looking to get the drone in. I don't think they're going to be expecting him over beside double door. I think this could be detrimental on the side of Guidance sake, just letting the Bandit roam away, and especially if he gets a kill onto potentially Harris. Massive, massive kill for M&M, and Citizen not being droned out. Nobody's going near him. Massive on the side of M&M.
However, I feel like when it gets to a certain point in the round, he's sort of in a position now where if he just came up Visa stairs, it'd be the same thing. I feel like maybe he's wasted his opportunity to get a frag there, peek in the window. But still, poor droning. Very poor droning by Guidance. A team that seems very methodical as well. I believe a reset there for the Legion. Getting him back up some HP. No pressure on.
I also believe Turtle got shot for the wall in that reset also. It kind of went through him. Bit of a misstep.
Only a little bit of
a misstep. But he'll get away with it.
He'll be alright.
Still, plenty of time for Guidance. They can start opening up all of the hatches, which is kind of the option they're going for. So certainly that White Van area where Turtle is going to be completely safe. Citizen picks up a kill onto Vex. Buck going down, massive kill.
I feel like that's, as well as a soft breach, it's 2 nades off the board, something they 100% need. You look at what they have to execute on this bomb, really. A Sledge, an IQ, a Hibana, it's only really Jackal, and through the smokes, the Echo Drone can stop it, the smoke grenades themselves. This looks very tough for Guidance. If I'm a Guidance fan here, I'm worrying. M&M still have Citizen on their own top floor as well. It looks like they're rotating the push. The Hibana's gone all the way to the back, not even bothering the garage. The Bandit for the pick, the perfect Jackal time, the scanning. They're going to push him up the stairs as well. They're trying to clear this room very late.
This is just
They're leaving the execute insanely late.
Magic from Bandit, just avoiding every single shot. Look at the back and forth, the timing, and just the sec picks and everything is went in favor of M&M. Citizen, 20 seconds ago, he finally dies.
He's completely done his job, though.
But at what cost was that room?
Played.
At what cost was finally getting that kill? But look, we do know that the Sledge and the Buck have done their job. They have basically sanctioned everybody from M&M inside of that small closet, but the kills has come out and that complete bottleneck.
Injury, though, with the double kill.
There's a chance down.
There's a very slight chance.
He is trying to cover as much as he can, but Nello, he doesn't stop it. He doesn't stop it. Shotgun comes in, double kill for Nello. What a clutch from M&M, and they take the round from the players of Guidance. Kendrew tried his best, but to no avail. Nello, wow, getting a little bit shaky there, but nonetheless, M&M, they pull off the clutch, and they lead this with a 2-round advantage going into round number 7.
Those last 20 seconds felt like complete slow motion. It felt like 2 minutes from when Kendrew killed that Bandit in admin to when he's entered into the site and killed 2 people. That was ridiculous. That should have never been that close. And to see Nello almost miss those shots with the smoke, a little bit concerned. But they take the round. That's a huge round for them as well. They're only 1 point away off of getting that classic M&M draw that they love to go for.
Yeah, as long as they secure that point, they still at least get something from it, but M&M, this is not the same M&M we really have seen even last week. This is a much more dominant M&M. If they played this way against Vexed, I could have potentially seen them actually beat Vexed. quite a hefty scoreline for them to take that win against one of the teams that we kind of pitched to at least get playoff spot, who did look pretty strong coming in for the kind of opening weeks. We still have to see Vex to see how they have coped from that kind of draw that they had, and really how they've adapted, and see if the team chemistry and the team play is really, went from strength to strength, or is it just kind of be the same Doki picks stock and tries to peak everything? But still, that's to come.
I feel like Eminem were quite unfortunate with Pengu deciding to come in and drop, what was it, like 13, 14 kills or something?
I think it was 11 kills.
Pretty well played by him, but Eminem, they still come away with a result. Are we seeing a counter Ella shotgun here as well from Citizen? Is this what I'm seeing? He got Ella shotgunned. Is he now? Is he thinking of himself?
I really hope so, no.
He's not. It's unfortunate. We're seeing from both teams though here, both Ellas, saving the Grismot mines.
Yeah, that's something that you picked up.
They're not pre-placing.
Still, Nello is smoke. I know that you said Grismot mines could be that kind of, 2-second, 3-second counter to a potential plant being established inside of that console meeting. But still, you can expect to see those Grismot mines kind of be lurking around, and he is just going to throw all of them on those main doorways. Just fairly standard.
Just teasing me. Just teasing.
Easy. Just easy from that Ella. Just, I'd imagine, trying to play up close and personal, has the Scorpion, even though after we know the Scorpion did get nerfed heavily throughout its career. A bit like same way Blackbeard's been hit pretty hard as well. It can still do a lot of close range damage, still has that more, the side-to-side recoil does affect it a lot but more, but can still do a lot of hefty damage inside of these CQB tactics.
I feel it's more for the gadget in this pick, purely because of how last round panned out. They're all coming through the same door with, what, like 4 seconds remaining? The Ella mines are 100% they have to be for that. Citizen last round did very well to avoid drones. Ended up with just the 1 frag, I believe. But we might, this time, we're seeing him in the bump. Even with his Ella mines pre-placed, we're seeing him in the bump. I'm expecting some aggressive plays from him towards admin as the round continues.
So plenty of time for Guidance to make this push a success. They have took their first bit of beachheading in towards the admin, also trying to work in towards the A-bombs. They have a couple of utility factors there to see if they can do any damage. Citizen just takes the drop, doesn't want to stay there as long as it needs to. Proc certainly still has that cardiac scanner plus the nitro cell combo, which we've seen be devastating so many times. And of course, look at this great intel coming in from Prox. I don't think that's C4, is it? It is, and he falls.
Kendra is very lit as well.
What a lob
injured
for Prox. Does get picked up, however, and Candela's flashes his own teammates as well.
An unfortunate few seconds for Kendra.
Horrific from Guidance.
Still has the 2 logic bombs remaining without clearing the room.
Harris does eliminate Turtle. Echo Drone still alive and well for Freyon. Citizen, he may be looking for a quick aggressive run out, but really, he's going to go for the window, and he manages to catch Harris on the swing in. We do see the logic bomb also being established, and Prox from below can provide so much intel. They know where the plant will be coming down from. Prox still careful that somebody may want to rotate and try and eliminate these roamers from below. Look at Dokkaebi right inside the heart of the connector. Prox goes to the wall bang, manages to land it as well. What plays from Prox with the cardiac sensor down to Vex, and also Blackout. Vex gets one for his troubles, 2 versus 3, but these roamers from below are doing the dirty work for M&M whenever they need to be. Freo still has these Echo drones ready to try and stall the plant out as long as they can. Freo picks up another one on the Blackout. Can Vex try and clutch this up for him and his team? Not very likely, as very smartly everybody's just rotated away from the attacker, and Vex, he gets one, but really 2 seconds to go. That's going to be all said and done. M&M can simply walk on in. Prox actually doesn't see it, but Citizen gets that easy kill for himself.
He doesn't even get the kill. There's Sophia.
He got downed as well.
Unfortunate. M&M played that incredibly well. To keep the pulse below, even without the C4, still gets a frag. Probably would have fragged the Sophia at the end there as well. Did very well.
Prox.
Did very well. Prox made an amazing play. The C4 as well. You weren't even sure if it was C4.
I've never seen it C4 before. That's why.
I feel like nobody's bothered to try and C4 that before. But that is a very tight choke point. That's why 1 got injured and 1 died.
So, at least M&M, they secure their draw, but will they finally be able to break the curse of these ties and move on in and finally pick up their first win of the Premiership? We may decide it on this final round, and it will be, finally, we're going to see the mid-floor being brought out inside of this matchup.
You sound so excited. I
love the mid-floor.
I thought you were with me on Tellers.
We've already seen it. We want to see some more diversity. You know?
I've seen Lobby for 2 years, 3 years.
Not in this season, you know.
Not this season. But we've not seen Tellers this season.
We've seen it once.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Stop being awkward.
I want to see more destructible
desks. More destructible desks. Yes, that is pretty much...
Ella this time as well. We're seeing the alibi. We're seeing some ranked operators get in the mix. The aggression is coming.
We did see alibi last matchup in Coastline, where we did see the alibi being brought by, I believe, Wind and Rian. They decided to pull that out, which was a bit of a weird one in Coastline. Sure, they did get a couple of Prisma tags, but didn't really help them all too often. We'll see how Citizen wants to play. He is going to be rocking that MX4 Storm rather than that shotgun that sometimes we see. Not all too often. It's a very hefty shotgun.
You certainly see that in my casual matches, Memo. I can assure you of that.
I play it in the old casual as well sometimes. Bit of fun, you know, it's a bit of fun. Same way the FOTL is a bit fun.
A game mode you can compete in, Dylan.
Wow. I believe T-Hunt's more of my, you know, competitive standpoint.
I think it says a lot. It says quite a lot.
Thanks.
Either way, we're going to see Guidance. They need these rounds desperately. They can't afford M&M catching them. They can't afford them catching them. They have to try and rescue a draw out of this match somehow, regardless of how it's going to be. We're seeing more execute operators taken out. We said that was an issue. We're seeing the Ying taken out. Can Ying explode into the bomb? That's what we need to see.
I would more than likely expect to see Ying really be used to take control of that meeting. We know how hefty the utility is applied by the defenders, especially in that kind of mid-floor environment where you have to defend top floor to deny that top-down vertical play and also the hatch drops. So certainly Ying can be used in that console office, a bit similar to the way that they would just normally attack an upstairs A bomb site. You can do exactly the same with the Candelas, but first of all, you kind of have to establish that main corridor control before you try anything fancy, because you will be obliterated by people holding angles, and that's exactly what Citizen he will try and establish first of all. Great rotate, I would say, from Guidance, as you can see Kendrew over on the B windows, and has just forced both of the players to rotate. They're gone.
Wow, I mean, I'm shocked. I'm very surprised at anyone that takes Alibi and runs away from a gunfight. I feel like that is strange. This is also where we could have seen that Maverick picked for the part. You see the echo on the drone there. The run out, the most obvious, that's the Ying gone. The Ying, the one person that you would want to execute into the bomb, is eliminated quite simply, really. They didn't even need to be there anymore. Nobody's console. There wasn't anybody in console anymore.
As soon as I seen them drop and they knew somebody was B window, I was kind of thinking, yeah, I think so. Oh, what a shot from Citizen.
Wow.
Just gets the fadeaway peek onto Kendrew. We know that those two guys do have a bit of banter with each other in the game, but certainly...
It certainly doesn't look like banter. After that Ella shotgun. Onto the procs as well. This is all falling apart for Guidance.
Another nail into the coffin of Guidance Gaming. Just that is just ever so shutting so much more tightly. Vexed and Blackout to try and save this round, and both of them not even near each other. Blackout just outside of the windows trying to see if he can get any picks. Vex does get himself a pick onto Proc, so Legion will be down, but he has done his job. He's got the goo mines scattered about the bomb site, also picked up a kill. This is kind of where Guidance really have to pull through and establish their dominant control. And Turtle, he will pick that match up against Vex. Even though the Elemine went off, he still managed to win. Blackout did eliminate Nello with that quick jump out. Goes through the rappel, but this should be easy for Freo if he goes to the peak. No, everybody from M&M are holding tightly. They should know he's going to be inside the piano. Wow. Freo, what a wall bang, and that's going to be game, set, and match for M&M. They take the 6-2 victory against the top dogs currently inside of the league. First win for M&M, first loss for Guidance Gaming. M&M, what a win from them.
Wow, I believe that puts the secret top. Did they go above Guidance?
They're 7 points, yes.
Wow, so we have 7, 6, and 5 from these three teams. The three teams that we outlined as very, very strong competitors. We wanted to see how tight they were, and it is very tight. Regardless of 60 scoreline, in the grand scheme of things, only a couple points between them.
M&M's best performance by far, no doubt about it. That was absolutely incredible from them. We have to give them credit where it's due. Guidance, a team which we really pitched to be pretty strong inside of this league, potentially, you know, trying to gain those kind of top 2 spots, but no, just very, very fell short of it. Great couple of plays coming out from the players of M&M. Great decision in making. Yeah, Kendrick, a guy I thought was going to make a big impact, really didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, we didn't see him on the Ella shotgun. I mean, it's disappointing. That's his thing. But as a whole, M&M were very good. I feel like on their attacks, they weren't challenged when they were trying to push things early on. They always got top floor control constantly. We didn't see that from Guidance. They couldn't get in. They couldn't get in at all. They were still outside. We've seen a blackout in the last round, for example. 20 seconds left, still outside with IQ, the free speed. Both the Echo drones are still there. We've seen another round where the Echo drones are still alive in the site. I feel like both teams made mistakes. Both teams, M&M did very well to win the round and to capitalize, but I feel like there was a lot of utility wasted in that match.
Some of these attacking rounds from M&M were absolutely incredible. This was the most explosive round we had inside the series, just kill fest everywhere you looked. We did see that bit of a haze. He couldn't get through the wall. Very, very unfortunate. But yeah, Freo really impressed me as well. Playing Thermite, it's not that easy to get kills, but certainly
as well as Echo.
He done the business whenever it needed to be. He is just, I would say this was a big opportunity for Guidance that they did waste. A big opportunity for that room game, but no, just didn't really come of anything.
If they were to win this game, they would have been 7 clear of M&M. Let's just put that out there. Imagine. They just fluked this win. They would have been 7 ahead. We would have been saying how poor M&M were. They stepped up. They really stepped up to this match. M&M, they've had a good season, but this is by far the best we've seen them.
So a lot of things to take away for M&M. Certainly, I would say a lot more of the room game. You know, it's an absolutely incredible room game as you've seen. This was a very close round. Nello, that was a bit of a misplay with the shots, but no, Shotgun comes to big avail, eliminates Guidance, and then this beauty of a C4 just eliminates not just one, but also gets the down.
It's an Xbox C4 demo.
That's an
what
Xbox
it is.
C4,
That's the difference. Yeah. We C4 random things.
You just throw C4, see if you get something. Big plays, procs this here as well in the cardiac scanner. That's another way to use it. You don't even have to go ahead and use that. I believe that was the logic bomb being called as well, so quite unfortunate for the Dokkaebi. Oh.
An incredible kill. Oh. That is the shot of the match.
That is the shot of the match indeed. Excellent from him. A lot of good things that M&M have really improved on since their kind of draw phase and Guidance. A lot of lackluster things that they definitely need to go back, look at the drawing board and say, hey, this is not good enough.
I feel like as much as M&M were really good, Guidance were also quite unlucky with the 6 picks, the garage pick, no Thermite. Just constant bad luck. But you make your own luck. They made those decisions. That's what it is.
So, looking at it, you can see that Guidance, they took their first loss. M&M finally get their first win. It's kind of, narrowed the gap between a lot of these teams. Secret still at the top currently with 7 points. I believe that Vexed, they are the ones who can also go joint top at the moment if they win their next match as well. Really, the bottom of the table hasn't changed that much unless Horizon do something. We can only hope. But really, looking at it, Guidance, they are not top anymore. M&M, they finally close that gap. So like you said, 7-6-5. All the play for in the moment, the playoffs. At the moment, everybody really, they just want to get at least top 2, because then you don't even need to go through playoff week, which, again, that's up to, best of 3s. Anything can really happen overtime as well. You always want to try and get to LAN as quickly as you can to secure your spot and then start prepping for that.
I feel like what has to be said as well is M&M have played Secret. Guidance, they still have it. They still have to play the top dogs.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's very true. But still, that's going to be concluding our second match of the night. Still plenty of Siege action to come. So again, don't go anywhere. We have plenty of good plays coming up, just like we already have, as this does hit the halfway mark. Be right back. GG's, our aim was clearly better. Hello everyone and welcome back to the ESL Premiership for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by Intel and gaming from Curry's PC World. Once again, myself and Tristan still on the desk. We've already seen some pretty good action at the halfway mark and we still have plenty more to come as we do lead into our third matchup for tonight, second to last. That will be Vexed versus Barrage, so a lot of big teams coming in. This is kind of, you know, another good match, I would say, similar to what we did see previously, but still, I would say it's kind of the PC team versus Xbox team in this scenario.
I feel like I'm rooting for the Xbox players.
Of course you would.
But
sure you
only
would.
because they're lower down on the table. I want to see things continue to tighten up.
Yeah, Barrage currently 6th on the table at the moment. Still there. They're technically in a playoff spot,
Still
but
a playoff spot.
Still plenty of weeks still to go. And I would say Barrage, definitely one of the weaker sides that we have inside of the Premiership. I'm sure they could probably say that as well compared to some of them, yeah. But you still have that chance, even if you get 6th, you still go into week 8 as a playoff team. And really at this stage, I would say it's between kind of Wind and Rain, Horizon and Barrage to actually fight to the death, to not, you know, lose that playoff spot. So this could be a pretty big task for Barrage. Knowing Barrage, they're kind of expecting, yeah, let's go in looking for a draw. But this is Vexed with a very unique playstyle that we do have inside of Premiership, something that we haven't really seen too much. We may have seen this kind of playstyle a lot more on Xbox, but certainly all these PC teams who have shifted over to Xbox aren't playing that kind of run and gun playstyle that Vexed are.
Vexed is strange. You don't know what to expect. It's like the Vexed from Xbox. How can you counter when they don't even know what they're doing?
Pretty much.
I speak from first-hand experience. It was very fun to play against when they whipped the Tachanka out, I promise you. But it's a tough game to even call. You don't even know. The thing is, your Willow, your Kizza, they've played against teams like this pretty much their entire time. Like you were saying, this is sort of an Xbox playstyle. Yeah. They know how to counter this. It could go any way.
Especially whenever we've seen Barrage play a lot more, I would say, slow, passive. If Vex give Barrage that kind of opportunity to go ahead and, you know, let them set up, let them get ready for this, that could be detrimental for Vex. I would say that definitely the first matchup that Barrage played against Unnamed just let Barrage have too much breathing room. They let them set up, they let them hunker down, and that's really what cost Unnamed that draw. Certainly Unnamed is one of those teams kind of pushing for, you know, that top 2 spot, even playoffs further forth. Then yeah, do not let these kind of Xbox teams who do have that more slow, methodical playstyle, but they still can shoot as well as anybody else. They still know how to play the game a lot more because they have still been around for quite some time. Kizza and Willow going back an extremely long way. But again, all comes down to the map, as always, which I believe that we do have ready to have a look and see what kind of maps we're going with. And, whoa, another consulate.
The map you don't expect to see? I feel like this could go easily one of 2 ways. Our Barrage strategy, like, tightly stratted enough to be able to counter a team like Vex, or are Vex just going to be so crazy with all the jump outs, the spawn kills, everything on this map to just counter it? I think it adds to the game. I think completely, this map, if we were to see like an Oregon or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to go 1 or 2. It's the same thing. Consulate, it could go either way with these 2 teams.
Especially Consulate being one of those more strat-heavy maps inside of the map pool where we still have, you know, every single bomb site defendable. We've seen that. We've seen last match every single bomb site, but of course that always dictates to the operator bans. And once again, Lion not making an appearance for good reason. We've seen what Secret used that Lion for, did some pretty good work, and certainly we're not seeing Vex let that slide.
Interesting that it's Vex that were the ones that did that. You'd think they'd want to be the ones that lion you and push you, get you jackaled, capital you, same time. You know what I mean? But Barrage, are we going to see the Blackbeard ban again? This is what we expected from last match. It is.
Shock.
Wow. I'm so surprised, dummy. I'm so surprised.
I'm not.
As Map as unpredictable as Consulate, you can predict him being done.
Pretty given at the moment with, you know, the kind of window play, and certainly I would say that Blackbeard provides a lot more of that kind of run-gun playstyle where you can play Blackbeard pretty aggressive, right up close in your face, very personal, wins those 1v1 gunfights that I'm sure Vex are kind of looking to bring to the table. Another ban, it's going to be Echo getting eliminated.
We've seen a lot of use from Echo in the last match. A lot. Maybe they've watched the match, don't we? What do you think?
I reckon these teams actually do watch the match.
You think?
It
Maybe.
Might be something about that.
And the Clash. 2-1 speeds again. They're gone.
Yeah, Clash, certainly we didn't see that much play last matchup in Consulate. It didn't get banned, so it was available. Teams who didn't really want to bring that, which I'm quite surprised about. Looking at Consulate, very heavy close range, CQB, long corridors, excels for Clash. You know you have map control. You can really, like say for example, if you're going to go for the upstairs defense, you bring the Clash. Admin is always really going to be the kind of take that teams want to go for. You're a Clash, you just sit in admin, you give all the call-outs to your teammates, what window they're coming in from. That's pretty much what Clash does, just be annoying.
I feel like those windows are sort of your counter as Clash though. You can get a lot of info. You can also get Capital bolted, you can get Zephyr'd, you could get naded. It's tough. I feel like it's tough to play Clash on this map. If I'm Oregon, I'm in Laundry Basement. I'm pretty happy. No windows. Nice.
One way. Just one way.
Patch I have to look at. But yeah, we won't see.
So, we do see the Doc being brought for the first time tonight. Doki has really put this more as a staple for himself. Doc has always been a big operator that he likes to go for. I'm expecting some spawn kills. If he's not doing spawn kills, I'll be disappointed in him.
I mean, we've got 2 ACOTs, so one was banned.
Yeah,
they thought, you know what, we'll take 2. We'll just take the Doc anyway.
Especially whenever Maestro was banned last match as well. We didn't really get to see how that was going to be working out. So it's kind of been Maestro last match, now we get Echo being banned out. So we'll see really what Maestro brings to the table over those Echo drones.
I feel like they're sort of interchangeable. But what you could say is, Kizza's running the smokes, Willow's running the smokes. Maestro's better at countering smokes than Echo.
There's no Glaz and Barrage. Bit of a weird
Again.
one.
But do they have a Glaz player? Are we thinking WizKid, the Glaz main? Is that what we're thinking?
I think he's more of the Thermite kind of guy.
I think he loves Thermite. We're seeing a change in player here as well, don't we? Randy.
Yeah, no Boogie. Boogie's gone. Randy's in.
After we praised his performances last week on the Maestro.
Got play of the week.
He did.
Well, look at Doki inside of the admin area. Kizza getting the tag. Excellent bit of knowledge being found out, but no, Kizza doesn't land the shots. Thought he was going to be crouch level. It would have been a definite headshot, but no, Doki stands up and only takes a bit of damage to the kneecaps. Feral does eliminate Willow as well, so that kind of logic bomb
be gone too.
Off the board, big kills. So Mirage not looking too good. We thought that was going to be a pretty early kill for them, but Doki lives to fight another day.
Does indeed. And we're seeing a similar thing to last match. Admin is to be taken. Doki is gone. The aggressive Doc, the Roman Doc, gone. Couldn't Doc himself. Too many angles.
Randy also using that soft reach that you do have with the skeleton key, more than likely going to be used on that kind of vertical paneling, but no, can be used to try and enter in through the top floor. So all of those roamers have decided to hightail it right back down to the bomb site, and just really, they've wasted time. They managed to get a kill from it. Sure, they got the trade out from it, but nonetheless, they've wasted a good chunk off the round, still half of it to go. And let's not forget that the players of Barrage also have to go ahead and drone out the majority of that mid floor as well, and make sure nothing is really lurking inside of that area as well. Kizza, he's going to be looking to see if he can drop on in and pick up a couple of kills for himself. Randy, pushing on down, might come engagement with the Bandit, but no.
Timing.
Zach, he gets the bear of that engagement. Randy, big death for him.
That Bandit is free to do that as well with no pressure on the Thermite wall, no Bandit to get the hatches as well. It's looking very good for Vex. They've completely cut off Barrage, made them waste a lot of time here. They're going to try and collapse onto this Legion, the last remaining roamer in the bathroom.
Shady.
They do it.
Does eliminate Yansu from Vexed. I think a face that we really haven't seen. I think it was usually Dearly was in that roster, but no, Yansu, he has been subbed in. So a lot of subs this match day, but we'll see if they can make any big impacts. Kizza does spot the bandit, so that's going to be a nice tag to see if they can finally finish off Zach. Kizza using that sidearm shotgun to see if he can pick any kills, and Wiz finally, with 25 seconds to go, just about opens up the wall, so this is going to be no time at all for Barrage. Even Kizza almost dies from a couple of shots. Vexed, another kill to his tally. Wiz does find one. See if Eri, he can go ahead and breach, but look at the players of Vex just lurking, waiting for them. A free pincer push. Wiz just runs right past Zach. He doesn't even see him, but no, Jesus. Eliminates Wiz and Feral. Kill for him onto Kizza. Did Zach not see him run in?
I thought Feral was playing by the Thermite wall. I'm very confused.
What? Okay then. That works, sure.
The tactical slow play. He didn't want to get peeked from yellow.
Just wanted to give Jesus a kill. He thought, you know, Jesus, you get a kill. You haven't had one yet.
He deserves it. After all he's been through, Jesus. I mean, deserves it.
He does.
But regardless, that was a really good round by Vex. Really good round, but don't let them get in the Thermite wall off with 10 seconds left. It's confuse you. That was a really good round by Vex. The pick of bottom floor first again. Consulate seems to be like that a lot. You can get an advantage just by, you know, taking a dodgy bomb. People don't expect it still. No Hibana for the hatches, even though they had main lobby control and piano control towards the end of the round. Just not enough time when you've only got a Thermite. Nothing to execute with at all when you're just Thermite. It's unfortunate.
So once again, the same lineup of the attackers will be brought by Barrage, and you can see there Vex, nothing really changing except that Pulse being brought in, and also I believe Legion has also made a new appearance. So Bandit has been dropped, so no Bandit, so you don't really need it that much for this particular bomb site. Really, you only brought the Bandit to just slap down those shockwire charges on that triple wall. We've seen it did cause Barrage a bit of problems there. It did take them a while to actually get rid of that, and really I would say currently inside of the meta, Thatcher has been non-existent. It really has fell off quite a bit. You know, you look at even, you know, Season 7, you always really seen Thatcher in that lineup. He was always there, always good for stuff, but really he's just been outshined. Teams have now valued that soft breach, and especially whenever a map like Consulate, that kind of bandit trick area is destructible from above, so that's why teams are then switching to, you know, the Buck. Even the Jackal with the shotgun has been a very big option. It has certainly rose through the ranks. I always find that funny about Siege, just the way the meta just randomly shifts. You would never expect, you know, 3 months down the line, oh yeah, Thatcher's now non-existent. Instead, Jackal shotgun's the thing.
The strange thing for me as well is, he's lost 2 games. I don't think Maverick's been banned, but he's not being taken. Maverick is good for every single attack on this map. There is clearly a reason you could take him every single bomb, but they still couldn't get the garage open because they can't get the bandits until they take all of that top control. If you're not confident and quick enough to clear out a team like Vex, who are very aggressive, you know they're going to push you back when you're clearing a roam. Why wouldn't you take something like a Maverick? That's a free pick, potentially. Get the wall up early, puts you in a good place.
So, Barrage, they will try and establish this admin take like they always really have done, and straight away, Kizza does find the first blood. Finally, he managed to eliminate, the Doc. Last time it was Doki.
A different Doc.
This time it's Feral. It seems to be that really only Doki can play that.
Maybe after being unable to see that Thermite run in, he thought, you know what, I'll put the ACOG on. This did not work.
Telescope's not working out for him. But this will be the first bit of beachheading for Barrage. They've managed to enter their way in through the administration office and then in towards the break room as well. Maybe he can, you know, use a bit of soft destruction with the skeleton key, try and really spot out anything that he can. Kizza still trying to find a couple of footprints, but really the only person that did enter in through the admin was the Doc. Everybody else, look at that shield placement. That's pretty interesting.
We have to be cautious as Pulse here as well. He's getting droned out now. That C4, we've seen it last game. That's lethal. There are some positions for that C4. It looks like it's going to be Kizza the one that's going to cover it, so we won't see him pushing forward to get any more footsteps unless he can scan them through the floor. Well, through the roof hatch, which I believe you can do now. It does go far enough.
It does. It goes very, very far. I think I've seen it from a hatch, through a floor, in for another hatch before.
Yeah, I feel like I've experienced it on ranked where somebody decides, you know what, we'll just shotgun the floor and get footsteps a mile away.
Yeah, I think if you lie down, it does work, because that lie down animation kind of breaks a couple of meters. But look, Pulse from below, we've seen this a lot from the players of M&M last time. You know, we've seen Prox play very, very big, and we'll see if Zach can kind of fill those shoes and kind of deny the plant from below. They are still a man down, so all of the advantage in favour of Barrage, and this is something that we talked about. Do not let Barrage have this kind of morale, this mentality to let them build up. Willow did see the feet, fires a couple of shots, make sure that Pulse cannot play down there as much as he can, and Willow finally lands the shots onto Zach, while everybody else from his team are going to start to breach the bomb site. Randy ready as that main entry fragger whiz. I'm sure we'll probably try and go for the plant. A couple of peeks come in. Jaeger playing so aggressive. Doki picks up one, but automatically the refrag comes in from Shady. 4 versus 2, but many members of Barrage are extremely low on the health. ADS does eat up a flashbang before it does get eliminated. We're going to actually see that Tex and Dynamite on that hallway. Breaching wall, so it is going to have to force. Whoa, the shot coming in from Jesus does eliminate that Thermite charge and also eliminates Willow in the meantime. And here comes the pre-fire from that Alda. Eliminates the diffuser. All he has to do is wait and hide, and that's exactly what will be the case. Gurumine clutches it up for the players of Vexed, and somehow Jesus has pulled off a miracle and has managed to clutch up that round for his team. And Vex, well, they bounce back and take their first round inside of Consulate. Their second round inside Consulate, should I say, sorry.
Barrage have to be feeling bad about that. They had everything they needed. They were vitalitying Vex. Like you said, they can be slow, they can be methodical, don't let them do it. They didn't let themselves do it. They've pushed down the hallway. 2 of them have been peaked. The Thermite's been shot off the wall. Nobody, they had a player yellow, and the Thermite wall got shot off from bathroom. I mean, it's unfortunate. Clearly some misplays there. The goo mine at the end of the round.
Goo mine clutched
the goo mine. How many times do you see that though? So often. Yeah. We're not seeing Doc here, by the way. We're seeing Rook on a 3rd different player.
Seeing both.
Brilliant.
Double French. I love the double French.
We've got 3 cogs out. It is lobby. I mean, this is how you defend lobby on rank. You take a Valkyrie, you pick the cogs, and you get going.
Spawn peak question mark?
I mean, it's a possibility. Vex to spawn kill him.
Shock.
Questionable.
But we also do see the Valkyrie still being picked. We know how strong Valkyrie can be, especially if you can get it on one of those palm trees outside, then that can provide a lot of intel in towards the, that south side of the map. Even if you want to get one chucked over towards the garage, lets you know if anybody's going to try and push in through the console office, in for those upstairs B windows. Certainly Vex, I'm sure they're going to try and defend upstairs as much as they can. It's just really common nature from that sense. More than likely going to try and get Jesus in with a couple of those evil eyes. If there is any smokes going down, he can then relay the information with those indestructible cameras and just give all of that intel to his team. And then the kind of, the tags from the smoke, wall bangs come in, smoke bangs come in, and really from there Vex just completely crush out the round in the final 9 seconds of Barrage, because that's kind of how Barrage plays, those final 9 seconds.
What I'm finding really weird right now is, especially as a goo mine has just won around, we're not seeing IQ, but we're seeing Dockerby. Who pushed the pulse last round? Dockerby. Not using their smokes. There's a Maestro in play that they chose not to ban. But why are they taking 4 smokes? They've already got Jackal smokes. IQ could be a very good pick here for them, especially with the Valks being thrown out, the spawn kills, the cogs. I mean, I think it's very strange from Barrage.
Whenever you said something that you can't believe it's happening, I thought you were honestly going to say, I'm casting. So I thought you were going to say, because I know whenever you got hit with the message and you want to cast, you're like, don't know about that.
Well, I can believe it. Sometimes it's just natural talent.
Miracles,
I mean, you've had a very long time trying to build up some sort of talent, but some of us just haven't.
How am I getting ripped by this? And production's loving it. This is not good. This is supposed to be my home.
They pay for the hotel, so I'm just making sure we have good relations.
That's it. Make sure ESL is your friend.
But again, we're seeing admin push through once again.
So first kill in favor of Barrage. Once again, this is kind of how it started off, and this time it will be not Doc being eliminated, but his compatriot will be Rook going down, but straight away refrag coming in from Feral will eliminate Shady, but once again another kill coming out in the side of Barrage as Randy, he will push in, eliminate Yansu as well. So the 2 new players, one of them do manage to fell the other. Willow does have that C75 and switched over from that SMG-12, which did get hit pretty hard on those recall changes, and maybe looking to see if he can find Doki, who is just lurking in that kind of back corner of Barrage's attack.
It looks very good for Barrage right now. As you say that, again, Doki, the aggressive play, but he gets picked. He gets picked. That could have been the round changer, but it looks very good for Barrage here. They got all the time in the world to do as much vitalitying as they want. The British vitality, but possibly. But it is a very good start to round for them. They get another one, another flank in the 4v2. Feral trying as much as he can, but it's just not going to pan out for him.
Just the aggression from Vex that they're going to try and establish is just being shut down every single time that they try to do so. Barrage, they know how to play Consulate pretty well, much more slower than what Vex are going to try and establish. Jesus does go in and eliminates the planter, but does also get eliminated himself from Randy with the cover upstairs. Big round from the Buck, gives the cover, and that will be all she wrote for round number 3. Barrage, they do pull back their first round, but you have a bit of a fight coming in between Vex and Barrage.
Very good round by Barrage. I feel like it was questionable for 2 people to flank Visa when 1 person on Barrage was dead. I feel like, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like there was tags to let them know, because why else would they look? Why would 2 people peek it? We didn't see the same person on flank watch. We saw 2 of them. We saw Jackal kill 1 on flank watch and Buck kill 1 on flank watch. It is questionable to go again. I feel like yellow was clear. No, but nobody was pushing yellow. We had Buck above, Jackal Visa, Thermite planting, 1 outside main door. Could have flanked up yellow.
So we will be moving into our downstairs defense once more for Vex. They did previously defend that, but because of the new objective rotation parameter, they did then have to at least play another 2 defensive bomb sites before they were allowed back downstairs. And like you did see, it was the upstairs, and then they were forced to that mid floor. No split bomb site yet inside of this matchup, but early days still to go. I'm not really expecting either of these teams to even go for the split bomb site. I think that Vex, they just don't have the strats ready for that. We know that they're not really the more strat-heavy lineup inside of the Prem. They're more adapt, run and gun kind of playstyle. Barrage, they know they need to get as many points as they can, so they're not going to try and go for anything risky. They're not going to try and go for that kind of split bomb site. More than likely, just the bomb sites that they're happy with. Just the top floor and downstairs, really, I would expect from them. But still can go either way. If Vex keep letting Barrage just build up so much morale and that kind of mentality factor where they know, yeah, we can push and hunt these rumors extremely well, things just crumble on the side of Vex.
I feel like it is very strange again, though, by Barrage not to take the Habana. The Dokkaebi that I was saying wasn't really doing anything has been changed for the Sledge, but still, no Habana. When you're pushing bottom floor, all the hatches are closed, no Maverick, no Thatcher. It's questionable. I feel like Barrage are really confident in their roam push here, but Vex, they're a very good team roaming. On the fly, they can pick you up.
Talking about picking them off, Kizza, he once again
eliminates Toki.
There's 4 rumors. Well, there was 4 rumors. There's 3 rumors on the side of Vex at this stage. What aggressive play from Vex, and they do get punished for it. Once again, I am not surprised that, you know, they were not ready for that. It's the exact same window that Kizza has went for twice on this admin take. They just went there, cracked open the window, Tide came in, they got the kill. The exact same thing what happened last time, and once more, drones coming in, Barrage, an extremely heavy drone attack team. You know, they want to know as much info as they can and then kind of utilize that to the best of their ability, and that's exactly what they will do. Shiri, another kill for Barrage onto Yanzu, and Kizza trying to pick another one for himself, but Randy swings on an excellent headshot onto Zach, but Feral, here's the swing in, eliminates Kizza. Using a hollow, not the cog. See if he can do any damage with it, but Randy open up right behind him, and Willow potentially try and get the pinch, and that will be the pinch being established, and finally, Feral, he will fall. Randy, a kill for him, another kill for him, and all down to Jesus. So that heavy roam game trying to be established from Vex has just crumbled, like we just talked about.
That was 4 roamers top floor. At that point, do you not think, you know what, let's just take Maverick, let's take Thatcher, let's get the wall off.
Look at Maestro, he's upstairs as well.
Member is going top. 5, all 5 died top floor on a garage defender.
Barrage didn't even go to the mid floor. It was every single bit of action was a top floor.
I don't think mid floor or garage were even droned. They probably thought they were attacking top floor at that point.
They probably thought they were defending top floor.
I mean, all the flanks.
Well, what can you say? Vex just throwing away.
Speaking about defending top floor, Vex are now going to go to the top floor. They're not feeling garage anymore.
No.
That bottom floor's not for them.
Imagine if then we just see Vex just all defend roam downstairs. They just start roaming.
If I see 5 Vex members bottom floor, the cast is over, I'm afraid. That's my first and last.
But hopefully we'll see if they can do some damage. Hopefully they're going to see a bit more better work on the side of Vex. Certainly, Barrage, they have looked very strong in their attacks. Their drone placements, their clearing out the rumors has been very strong. Can they continue that mentality and see them through and have that little small advantage moving in to that halftime switches? This will be the last defensive round for Vex.
I think it's going to be a different intent to try and hold this top floor bomb this time. So we're not seeing the pulse at all. We're not seeing a Valkyrie either. I think it's going to be a lot heavier on-site, which sounds weird for Vexed. I mean, they couldn't get any further off-site, but the Mira being played top floor then, is that what are you thinking?
I can see it. Personally, I know that teams do not like Mira. Teams think that, you know, Mira is just absolutely completely useless on a map like Consulate. I like the top floor Mira. I think it does bring a lot more of that anchor stability, especially with that Mira window inside of admin. It's a very big Mira window. It really shuts down the majority of those admin pushes. It makes the attackers work to actually take that admin, makes them use more utility. Probably they're going to lose a couple of players inside of gunfights as well. That other Mira window inside of B is kind of that safety net for a lot of defenders.
They're doing the half Mira.
Yeah, I see that. That's a bit of a... It's a new one. Of course, it's something
the problem for me with the admin Mira is I feel like people stop doing it because you can shoot it through the door frames, the window and the door frames. You can pop it without even peeking it. So I feel like if Barrage know, what, they don't even need to. Doki's dead first again. I feel like that's the third entry death of this.
I'd love to see us open deaths after this.
I mean, it's lovely stuff by Willow. On the Dockerby still, they picked the same 5 again. The only thing that's been changed once is Willow on Sledge, and he's no stranger to a bit of Sledge.
No, typically Thatcher was always really his kind of go-to operator, but since then, you know, we talked about Thatcher. This really isn't inside of, you know, the kind of operator pool that we kind of classify as, you know, really big top tier, A tier, S tier operators. More falls under that kind of B tier, where yeah, he's there if a team wants to pick him. Not the best one, but certainly still has his advantages. Can get rid of a lot of gadgets very easily. Talking about getting rid of things easily, Jesus, he will eliminate Shady. As he did try and rotate on up in towards that yellow stairs area, did get caught out from below using, you know, those couple of shotgun holes that he did make himself. Actually will be shot. That Bandit, very risky play, eliminates that Thermite charge, and Willow also another kill for him on the windows, but straight away Feral has the refrag, so it goes to the
Mira flank.
Whoa,
bottom floor.
I thought he was inside the bomb
still
site.
On a drone. Thermite's still on the drone.
Oh, this is going to end disastrous. C4 gets tossed up. Does he get one? No, he doesn't even get one.
Thermite's still on the drone. What is going on?
Oh dear, everything just came crumbling down, and somehow Barrage, they managed to come away with the man advantage after that just horrific display. Wiz just in the midst of that, still on his drone. Yansu up to him to see if he can try and clutch this up against 2 players of Barrage, Randy and Kiza. Randy will do the smart thing, still has a minute to go, goes for the drone. Yansu, I think he is possibly scared that they may already be inside the bomb site, but that wall was never actually opened up. See if he can move his way in towards the B. Actually is, was left soft, and he will manage to get the down and kill, but Randy swings on in. Somehow Barrage, they have managed to secure that round win after a very, very comedic round.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. I think that was the 5th different dock we've seen there with Yansu, by the way. That is an interesting one. The Mira actually went bottom floor after we joked about it. And Thermite didn't come off the drone. I am amazed that Thermite was on that drone for that long. You have to think, where are the comms? What is going on at that point? He's left the C4 up the stairs.
Wiz was just there. I'm pretty sure even Mira started shooting bullets as well. Wiz still in the drone, just there. Just droning away.
Like when you're a Thermite, you have to drone. It's as simple as that. I mean, if you don't drone, you get blamed. Wiz is making a statement there. But Barrage, they come back from 2 rounds down, up to 3-2.
So it will then be the switch. We're going to see Vexed going for these attacks. This is kind of where Vexed thrive.
Sick dock,
yeah,
by the way.
Teams are really favouring the dock and Consulate. We didn't see this at all on our previous matchup between Guidance and M&M, but certainly teams favouring these kind of more heavy anchor positions. Maybe because Echo's gone, that kind of fills the void. You know, Doc, Rook and Echo are all very, very comparable. Heavy guys with essentially same guns. The only difference that Echo has a suppressor. That's the difference. So certainly having Doc to kind of fill that more heavy role. Yeah, I agree with that play.
I feel like we're seeing a clear difference in game style here, by the way. We're seeing 3 free speeds from Vexed. We're seeing the Buck, just the lone Thermite on the support. We're actually seeing Thermite and Habana, though, is the difference here. They were expecting the bottom floor. They thought Barrage were going to outplay them. They've been double outplayed. They've been outbluffed by their own bluff.
Mind games, just unbelievable.
Yeah, no Jackal. There's not really anything here to execute on this bomb. I feel like this is just going to be straight up frags from Vex. Unless they use those grenades incredibly well from Feral, I think this is going to be all frags.
More than likely it'll just be Yanzu sitting there droning for about 4 fraggers, and then they'll just throw themselves in bodies after bodies. They'll somehow come away with it because of the refrag potential that Vex just kind of overwhelm. whoever they're attacking. Sure, somebody may die, but straight away, refrags come in. And then really because, you know, the aggressive nature of Vex, they do manage to get some of these early picks, and especially in a window game where there's lots of windows, you may not be ready for, you know, the quick repel up bash to window, you die. Especially over, you know, on towards that that south side, that connector window. Sometimes a free speed rushes straight from spawn, repels up, bashes the window, kills somebody doing prep inside connector. That happens.
It happens all the time. All the time. But we're not going to see that from Doki this time on the free speed. He's still outside flashing the ADS. It's like a good teammate. Where we saw the nades fly in last round. This time there is going to be a ninja. And he's already there to refrag. He has literally stolen the ninja from that grenade.
Yeah, Jesus, just nicking that kill for himself. It was a good time nade from Feral. Willow downstairs trying to see if he can do any damage on a potential late rotate in through the yellow stairs and a potential run out. I'm sure that Vex are going to be ready for it. They're still, even though they don't have the strats, they don't have that kind of, you know, the in-depth practice, they still know how to play the game. They're still smart players. You know, Feral, he's an analyst of G2. He knows the game inside and out, but they're not going to... I just talked about it, and they let it happen. Willow gets the run out onto Zach, shoots the Claymore, and nobody there for the refrag.
I'm very intrigued by this bandit pick, by the way. We've seen one shockwire been placed. This is it. Like, this is the new meta now. We take bandit C4. We don't put shockwires down. We pick 6 dots.
You know, he likes the MP7.
He does like the MP7. You're completely right.
Yansu kill for him.
On the dock, going to be taken down. Oh, the frags. We said it.
That's it. Doki just cleans up.
Stays alive.
That was,
can clean up the round.
That was a very lackluster round. We were just casually talking about the MP7. All of a sudden, everybody's dead. That happens sometimes in Siege, where it takes 5 seconds and everybody is just died within half the round.
We did say it was going to be that from Vex. They're just going to collapse on frags and frags only. It works out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
So this is where it kind of gets scary for Barrage. We know that Barrage, their attacks are very methodical, very slow. It really counters the kind of play style that the players of Vex want to go for with the heavy roam game. We see that the players of Barrage, they counter to that. They brought the Jackal primarily to try and stop that roam game from happening. But then if you flip it, Vex, who looks so much more scarier on the attack, they kind of have all the control of where they want to push from. They have these more aggressive operators. You know, you have Ash, IQ, Habana, Buck. Really, really heavy frag potential from that. And then Barrage, who we know that they're not as strong on defense, but if Vex do give Barrage enough time to let them set up and let them sit back ready to have these crossfires and angles established, then that's where Barrage really comes into that kind of, yeah, they know how to play, they know how to set up, they get their refrags in. But whenever Vex are playing so aggressive in this quick nature playstyle, it just completely crumbles the defensive Barrage.
I feel like against a team like Vex, as much as they're super aggressive, you kind of know you can do these sort of ranked run-out things on them because you know they're not going to sit outside and watch it. If I'm thinking, is Doki going to sit outside and watch a run-out? Probably not. I can probably run out. I feel like Willow took huge advantage of that, but by the time he's got back upstairs,
everybody's dead.
Everyone's dead. He's just admiring his MP7, much like us, and then it's all gone.
Boom. Dead. But we'll see how the upstairs, once again, does hold out for the players of Barrage. Willow still taking that bandit, really an operator that we do see on Consulate, not so much for this top floor, more for the downstairs basement to go for the bandit trick. So certainly we're kind of expecting Willow to at least do some damage with the MP7. If he's going to force an operator with a good gun over an operator which has better utility, then he needs to make it count.
I feel like we just seen there as well from Vex, all 5 drones were admin and Visa side. I think it's going to be an admin take. If I had to guess them, instead of the quick yellow rush that they attempted last time, but they're very unlucky as well. They could have easily won that attack. Well, we'll see.
Nobody really from Barrage ready to actually hold inside the admin. They're more playing out in towards that vending machine, in towards the copy room. Wiz just on a basic camera. They're not even shooting out the basic cameras at this stage. Bit of a misplay there on the side of Vex. Yeah, I don't know why they're not shooting out the camera. If that actually does stick and somehow he gets killed from that, I'll be very disappointed in Vex. I did say, yeah, they're smart players, they know how to play the game.
For me, it was such a weird round. The fact that Barrage just let Vex them. Like, they didn't push, they didn't hold admin, didn't even try and stop it. Vex rushing through admin, get, I believe, 2 or 3 kills. It's a 4v2, and all of a sudden, it gets pulled back out of nowhere. Vex just over peak, like maybe you'd expect. And then when it's a 2v2, they don't even adapt to the situation. At that point, I think you have to know if there's a Valk below, you can't plant in it. Your plan has to be, you have to try and plant B. So you've got to try and get rid of that Maestro. That's your only play. But they didn't try it.
Another thing about Vex is, sure, they're aggressive, they know how to win the gunfights, but they're not too good in getting rid of utility. They didn't get rid of Valkyrie cameras. They didn't get rid of the Maestro camera, which gave all of the intel that Kizza needed to know to go for the
spawn camera.
Didn't get rid of spawn camera as well. Just the basics, the utility denial isn't being established by Vex. You know, they have Doki with the Ash Launcher. Easily can get rid of any Maestro cameras. Even Feral can get a couple of frag grenades to get rid of that. They have an IQ and they're not getting rid of Valkyrie cameras. Makes no sense. Why bring the IQ if you're not going to use the utility that she brings to the table? I
mean, it goes to show it costs you. From Barrage, we were seeing a Dokkaebi pushing the pulse. This time we have an IQ. She's not even getting utility. Poor Willow on Dokkaebi, forcing himself to get rid of pulses. And IQ is not even bothered about getting Valk cameras or spawn cameras. It's an interesting one.
We'll see what damage IQ can do. Once again, we're seeing Maestro cameras being brought, as well as the Black Eyes, but a bit of a different one. We're going to be seeing Shady on the Vigil, so more of a roam game being adapted by the players of Barrage. I'm sure they'll just more than likely play him just by himself, waste as much time as they can with the Vigil, really waste utility, waste drones, anything they can, and really salvage from it. Already, Shady getting tagged up very heavily by a player on the window and has had to fall back quite deep in towards that top 4 bomb site. He was joined momentarily by Randy. I'm not sure if he's going to stick it up there or will decide to go for the rotate. And once again, just the complete swarm of players coming in from the side of Vex.
Again, I thought Barrage were going to be a lot more aggressive than admin. They've taken the Jaeger, they've taken the Vigil, they thought, you know what, we're going to hold admin. A couple shots going through the admin windows. You know what, boys? Whole console, don't worry about it, it's not important. We now see a Vigil hiding in a bar from a Jaeger hiding console, getting naded as well. They're both very lit in this top floor. Are we seeing anyone even rotating up yellow to help them here? It looks like it's just the 2 roamers on their own. Nobody's coming up yellow to help them, even though there's no control on yellow. It is a weird decision by Barrage not to try and help here.
Fragner getting cooked, and it will land its target on to Shady. Cooks him inside of the bathroom. Doki, kill for him onto Willow. We've seen the attempted flank come in to try and assist.
Spiral stairs,
by the spiral just doesn't work. Randy by himself gets one for his troubles, but really for how long can he survive? Not too long. Shots start rattling in.
Go huge here.
Randy tries to peek up and down, but straight away.
It's unfortunate.
Gets peeked up, put right back down on his behind, and down then to Kizza and Wiz to see if they can clutch up. Wiz, I don't think will do that much compared to what he would do on the top floor with the C4, but who knows? We'll see really how the round plays out. Still plenty of time for Vex, still has Feral alive with the Skeleton Key, and nothing too good for Brash.
The strange thing here is that Barrage didn't even take Bandit, and the Thermite wall still is enough. Thermite is still pushing roamers, even though they don't even need to push the roamers. There's no Bandit. It's an interesting play, but there's only 55 seconds left regardless. We're sat in the 4v2. It's going to be a tough one for Barrage, however you look at it. They've probably got intel. The bottom floor's not been taken out for the cameras.
Barrage.
This is a free C4 from Wiz if he wants it. Kizza is behind them in the blue tunnel.
This is the last place that the players of Vex would want to think about where the Maestro would be. This could potentially be a double kill on the side of Barrage. Wiz just in a horrific position. Deagle comes out, but straight away Feral will shut him down. Really needed to make that kill because it does leave Kizza in a very awkward position. Not even inside the bomb site. A potential flank, an absolute devastation off the round is no longer going to be in effect. Kizza, as soon as he gets a kill, doesn't even get a kill. Feral will be there. Big pledge from the Buck, and we square off to 4 rounds apiece, and we will at least be guaranteed all 10 rounds, or the first all 10 rounds of the day. And whoever wins this round, they at least secure themselves a point and could potentially go on to take all 3.
I think that has to be the strangest last 20 seconds I've ever seen. Surely Wiz is coming aggressively to Kizza. Help me on my hallway, please. I hear like 3 of them punching Bob. Help, help, help. Kizza rotates archives. He's too scared to peek them. I feel like this is the story of Barrage, really. They're getting scared of Vex.
They're like wind and rain. They're like wind and rain.
They're getting a bit wind and rainy on defense.
Xbox. That's my excuse. I think Xbox players are still a little bit too passive
a little bit worried
for my liking. I think they definitely still need to front up and say, yeah, we're just as good as these PC teams. And at the moment, Barrage, they are going to toe-to-toe with Vex, the team which has all of this PC experience of, you know, being there, won I don't know how many Go4s. They have that experience inside of, you know, playing regularly every single week inside of ESL. Barrage, they don't really have that same kind of sense of, yeah, we play ESL every week. They're all about, you know, the scrims, and Barrage definitely looking a lot better than what we have seen in previous weeks, or maybe Vex just not being the team that we really hyped up during the start of the season.
But like, it has to be said as well, Barrage give everybody a good game. Regardless, they give everybody a good game. We are actually going to see the Bandit this time for the Garage, which is probably a good, sensible decision, regardless of if Vex actually want to get the Garage or not, which they could have done in that 4v2. Thermite was still alive, but they pushed the back without droning it. It's interesting. I feel like there's opportunities here for Barrage, and we know that they like to take opportunities with poor droning. Willow showed it. Where are these opportunities? Are they too scared?
I think so. I honestly think that Barrage are just letting Vex do what Vex want, and if you let Vex just play the way they want to and they really pressure you, have that run and gun playstyle, once they build up momentum, that's one thing about these aggressive teams, is once you get, you know, Doki fragging and Feral fragging, that becomes terrifying for you as a defender. You just don't want to challenge anybody, and especially whenever Doki is on Ashe. Ashe, I think everybody knows at this stage how strong that operator is. Or 4C with ACOG, no recoil, massive rate of fire, can melt anybody in seconds. Starts to become pretty worrisome for the players of Barrage.
We're seeing a completely different run from Barrage here as well. They're actually controlling yellow this time. They're jumping out, they're looking aggressive. I mean, it's sort of all... nothing's happening right now.
No, this time it seems to be that Vex are going to go for more of a slow, methodical play, which is very, very surprising.
You say that as Ashe is just stood in yellow shooting the bandits.
Down the stairs, yeah.
Without a drone on it.
So I would imagine that the wall is going to be opened up momentarily, which is something that we didn't see in Willow. Something that we didn't see from him was the Bandit C4 finally lands the kill, and a massive one onto Buck.
Buck gone. The soft breach is gone. Unless Doki is deciding to use his utility above.
Don't think so.
Which he's not about to do. No, he's not about to do that at all. So the Buck pick is huge. No vertical play here for Vex.
Still half the round to go for Barrage to try and hold out as much as they can. Doki wins that gunfight against Shady. This is the thing about Doki. Whenever he starts hitting the shots, he becomes terrifying. Zach, kill for him onto Randy. All of a sudden, Barrage, they are on the back foot. I believe Zach, he might have got like just the wallbang kill with the pistol, just running about with the sensor, trying to see what he can find, and somehow manages to land a kill from it. Willow still in behind White Van. The hatch hasn't been open, so it allows him to sit here. Quite surprising. Even
with Habana and Thermite, there's no roamers right now. There's no reason why they can't get this hatch. They've just chosen not to do it. Again, it's like you said, the choice of utility, but still, they're getting the kills. Doki goes insane. That's free for him this round on that staircase. Finally gets picked off by Kizza. He's now stuck in the 1v3 in the blue hallway again, nonetheless.
So Kizza down to him inside of this 1v3. Diffuser gets planted, almost got the wall bang, but just barely. Jesus just slides away from that. Constant tags coming in from those Maestro cameras. Kizza just walks on right past, sees one for his troubles, but really this is one of the hardest clutches you can ever perform as a defender, is trying to, first of all, attack both of these attackers outside of the garage wall, and also trying to defend very sneakily just isn't a thing. Sees the head, goes for a couple of taps, so quite smartly Vex lying down, holding the angles, and Kizza, once he runs out, he is dead. That will be the case. Zach, he picks up that kill, and Vex, well, they do secure a point for themselves, so they will still not take a draw or a loss with inside of the Prem. They will at least secure a draw, and potentially they could go on to take all 3 points against Barrage and go joint with Secret.
I am shocked that Kizza did not try to defuse that. I don't know if you saw where the diffuser was, but that was not planted behind White Van. That was to the side of it. The player miles back couldn't see it. He would have heard the IQ running. It's unfortunate. I mean, sometimes you got to try and bait that. Sometimes you got to go for the kills. I don't think as a 1-speed, I'm running out of the garage to try and get kills. I'd probably try something just different. Try and bait a defuse, but...
Under heavy, you can maybe tank a couple more shots to let you have that extra second.
100%. He would 100%. Here's the person pushing him as well in that situation.
And also, whenever, you know, if you hear somebody running, Maestro can very quickly stop the defuse, and that hip fire accuracy is very good in those kind of scenarios.
Keep firing as well. I mean, we've seen that last week through the Oregon hatch. Yeah, you can keep it firing.
That's probably my favourite clip of the week. And we have had some pretty good clips of the week so far. I would definitely say that we can talk
this
about.
Map in that window.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, that's going to be played a few times by him today, I think.
So, Barrage, they do have one final hurrah to at least salvage a point from this. Really, Barrage where they're kind of in that hot seat of potentially that 7th and 8th position. Wind and Rain still dead last at the moment. Horizon still yet to play. So, certainly Barrage, if they do manage to salve a point, that's very, very strong for them. It puts them then 2 points ahead of Wind and Rain, and then they can really look forward and keep pushing. And whenever every point matters, even the draws inside of this league format, that could come in to be the decisive factor that will potentially let them get playoffs or not. If they, work on what they've done so far, which has been a very good showing from Barrage, if not their best showing that we've seen this season, then yeah, I would say the Barrage are very happy and they're just building from strength to strength, which is, that's what it's all about, is Prem, is just seeing teams develop and perform so big. Perfect example of your team last season. We've seen you guys not do so good inside the regular season. You turn the LAN and you get third.
Thankfully, we played a bad team in the third place.
Ooh, shots fired.
They're doing well in Prem, on PC.
Are they,
but either way, regardless of that, we're going to see Barrage deciding to take the Bandit for the top floor this time, despite not wanting to take it for the bottom floor. So an interesting one there. Vex, same operators again for, I think, the 5th round in a row.
Yeah, no real difference for Vex. It's been the same lineup, just these aggressive operators, and of course Buck always being that ever so present aggressive operator. Willow does have to be careful, he could get fragged from that top of the kind of reinforced, but no, just the peek from Doki does eliminate Willow. Things are slowly falling apart for Barrage, and this is, I think, a very quick round for Vex.
I'm really disappointed by that, to be honest with you. The way that they're not even trying to hold admin at all. Like, ever. They know exactly where Vex are going to push every single time. Not even trying to play the Verg. They have the camera here. And they're still not trying to play vertically on it, despite having a C4, anything like that. I mean, I just feel like Barrage could be doing more. But Kizza and Shady, the tides have turned them.
Yeah, it certainly has bounced back, but right back into the caster's curse. Never say, oh, it's looking good, and all of a sudden things just go very bad. That's what happens with our caster curse. As always, Kizza in a very good position. Maestro Crammer setup can really lock down the majority of this main corridor, and also if potentially Yanzu wants to go for that kind of risky Thermite charge, which we have seen him do before, then that should be an easy kill. But Kizza just has this amazing angle that is played so well by an ACOG, but of course Feral always aware.
I believe that diffuser is down in A as well. Kizza.
Feral? What are you doing?
Surely he has to know. Kizza's got so many kills from it. Shady, it's looking good for Barrage. It's Yanzu in the 1v3. He has to make something happen. The bomb is down in A. There's a Valkyrie below. You have Shady connector. Maestro with the pixel angle. What does he do? I don't know.
What can he do? Clutch up? That would kind of be what he needs to do, but I don't see that happening. Barrage, they might actually pull off the draw against Vex and send Vex on level terms with M&M with another draw for them, and that'll be all she wrote possibly, but no, Yanzi picks up one, but Kizza, he will have the final blow, and Barrage, they salvaged the draw against the players of Vex, and wow, what a matchup. Kizza, 12 kills for him, Feral on the 13, and we do have our first draw of the night. We've had a draw every single week, and of course this week is no exception. What a matchup. Definitely a lot of big things to take away from that, big plays. We've seen some players do absolute insane. Well, that was very, very interesting.
I mean, it was an interesting one. I feel like there were a lot of mistakes on both teams. I think a draw's deserved for both teams.
Yeah, it was close. I thought it would have been, nudge in the Vex's favor, just because Vex have very, aggressive in their play styles, but certainly I think Vex not the team we hyped up in the pre-season. Definitely
maybe not on Consulate. On the other maps, I think it suited them a lot more, but Barrage here could Vitality, like we said. Kizza could just hold that ACOG angle and they would just peek him over and over. They didn't try and smoke plant, they didn't try and rotate anybody to bathroom window despite him playing there every single round. Nobody went to yellow to stop him. Nobody repelled on console to stop him. I feel like there were a lot of mistakes, and Vex maybe just not entirely thinking about what they're doing. But Barrage, in terms of just their setup as well, they're making so many mistakes. They're even trying to contest admin for even a little bit. Just stick an ACOG there. Just shoot some pixels, scare them off for a little bit. A C4 below, when you have the Visa camera and you have a Valkyrie, and you know they're not shooting cameras, they're not, you know, I feel like there were a lot of missed opportunities of both teams, namely Kizza in the back hallway. That scared me.
This is questionable. I think you might have to go back and watch that a couple of times.
I think it's controller disconnected, if I'm honest.
It's controller disconnected.
It's controller disconnected.
Yes, indeed. I think, honestly, I know that we discussed about, Maestro being let through, Echo being banned in this circumstance, Maestro. Both Jesus and Kizza had such an impact, not just with the cameras, but the ALDA really showing why Maestro is such a strong operator currently inside a consulate.
An insane weapon on any map, but especially though. And I think really well played by Kizza as well. Yeah. He is that player.
Kizza MVP for me.
People will soon realize from the PC scene that Kizza is that guy.
Yeah. Well, that is going to conclude our third match of tonight. Vexed and Barrage ending inside of a draw. Very fair matchup, as we have talked about, but still not over yet. One more match to go for tonight, and it will be Horizon Union versus the only Orgless team inside of Prem unnamed. So make sure do not go anywhere, as that will be upcoming very, very soon.
I don't know. I've not even asked him about it.
The ESL Premiership Rainbow Six Siege, and of course it is going to be powered by Intel and Gaming from Curry's PC World. Alongside the desk is of course myself and Tristan still. We are powering through it as we still have one more match to go, and of course it is Tristan's lovely team Horizon Union versus Unnamed. What do you think about this one, Tristan?
I think it's going to be a very close game, don't I?
Okay.
I anticipate a close
I think
game.
opposite, but that's just my opinion.
You think Horizon are going to dominate? I can see it. I can see it.
Okay.
They're written out as the underdog.
Yes, massively. They are sitting currently joint bottom. They may also be joint bottom if they lose another game on the trot. So then it's kind of seeing we have then two teams still sat there with no points after 3 matches. And then Unnamed, you know, still a team which is certainly in the runnings and contending for the playoff spots and potentially even top 2 if they do well tonight. They are sitting on 4 points. They have won a match and also drew a match. So we'll see how they adapt and how they will try and take this win against Horizon. And typically this is one of their easier matchups, I would say.
I feel like if you're Unnamed and you don't win this after seeing the past few weeks, you are really disappointed, especially after seeing the other teams today. Teams are dropping points. Guidance dropped points. We just seen it. 2 teams drop points there with a draw.
Yeah, Vex drop.
You have to take advantage here. I mean, it's not like they've lost to ground on anyone. You expect Secret to win. It's a big opportunity for them. If they don't win this game, they would be very disappointed.
So how about we have a look and see what map we're going to be playing, and we'll see all the good stuff, and it will be Clubhouse. So finally, we have went a week without Border or Oregon. I'm really happy I've said that. That's good.
We should give all the players a round of applause.
We should. Thank you, players, for not just being one maps. Perfect. So, yeah, Clubhouse for a change. This is, I believe, the first, maybe second Clubhouse I think we've had. I think we might have had Clubhouse in the first week.
M&M.
Yeah, they did in the first week, and that was where we seen Nello in the very strong glass play. So, Clubhouse is going to be our next match up between Unnamed and Horizon. We'll see how this goes. We know that Clubhouse did have that remodeling since previously what we did have. It has made it a lot more viable, like a lot more viable in terms of those kind of upstairs bomb sites. Really, what are we kind of expecting in terms of, you know, defense sites out of the 4?
I would say one thing we need to point out before any of that. This Unnamed team 6-0'd Vexed whilst Pengu was playing in the qualifiers.
On this map?
On this map.
I remember that's a good point. I remember watching that match and I was pretty blown away by that.
I remember enjoying that stream.
That was good. That was good. And talking about it, we will jump right on into the banning phase, and it will be Horizon starting on the defense and Unnamed starting on the attack. So straight away, Tristan.
Learn from mistakes. A swift ban as well. That was quick.
We see that it's gone. We know Horizon did make a little bit of a mistake. But really, are Unnamed the team which I would ever really consider Lion players?
I feel like Mac can play anyone. Just give Mac the game. He'll play anyone. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't think they're really ones to sort of abuse however people say it will meta. But, I mean, it's annoying to play against Lion.
Okay.
The mind games have begun.
I don't understand this because Maverick is now available.
Maybe they want to play Maverick then.
They are attacking first.
Well, there you go.
I don't get
Why limit yourself?
See if they're going to go for a no ban again.
You think that's just to get in Horizon's head? If they do a double no ban...
It's either that or they're just mega trolling.
You think they're just saying, so right, just play whatever you want.
Maybe they just don't want to show their bans for Clubhouse. Maybe whenever they have to play Secret, then they can just, oh, look, you didn't know our bans before. Now you do.
That's if Secret even want to play Clubhouse and Prem. That seems to be a risky one for them.
We do see Mira, another very common ban. And the last one, really, I'm expecting Maestro, Echo, Reaver, Clash.
I feel like Horizon probably won't ban Clash. I know Matems is very much a Clash player. I don't think Unnamed really have a Clash. unless I'm mistaken.
Oh. What Secret done this?
There are some shenanigans going on tonight.
So, only 2 bans. Alright.
I mean, interesting. Echo, Maestro, both of them.
The only time I've ever seen a match being played and being streamed and being casted was during the Paris Major, where we did the show match and we didn't ban a single operator.
It's an interesting one, and then they just knifed anyway.
And that was like a meme match that we did at the Paris Major.
One thing also to mention to the stream is that Horizon do have a new player playing, KXCA. Not 100% sure how to pronounce that.
Kicks.
Kicks.
Yes, not Kickstar, just Kicks.
From one great caster to one great player. We're seeing Madman and Montaigne, by the way.
Yes. Not surprised. This is
Neither
something.
am I.
He played a lot of this on Xbox as well. He was very proficient in that kind of Montaigne push, and really, looking back at it, sure, it's Xbox, completely new team. That was with Team Enix. You know, you had other players there, but really, Clubhouse was always a really good map for Mac and Madman. They knew how to play it really well, but that was on the old one, where they typically just went for that very heavy stock bar push, which stock bar isn't a thing anymore. Just isn't. I don't remember the last time I've ever actually seen anybody attempt one of them. It must have been, what, week 1 of NA Pro League.
The thing with bar stock now is that it's going to become something in, like, probably as little as a few weeks that will get picked because nobody knows how to attack it.
Might see it at the finals in Rio.
Something to mention here as well is I don't think Horizon really have anything to counter this Montaigne. They've got the Echo, maybe. You can zap the Montaigne, but
yeah,
there's not a smoke, not a Legion, Elemines, anything like that. I think it's going to be very dangerous for them. I assume a Madman's going to push up the garage stairs with the Glads near him.
This is going to be bad.
Especially, they're not going to be able to get that crossfire on him either, with Maverick opening up the holes on the ledge. This could be tough.
I'm kind of expecting just very simple. Madman walks up through Catwalk, supported by potentially Glass. You have those kind of smoke combinations that we did see from M&M in the first week of Prem, where they did play against Secret. They had the heavy Montaigne plus that Glass combination. And then, of course, because we know that Maverick isn't banned, Maverick and Thermite can go ahead, open up that potential bandit trick, but there's not even going to be a bandit trick for Horizon either. So, not taking the bandit, very, very questionable as well. Like, we know how strong that double wall, if it does get opened, it just creates that kind of massive, you know, splitting of the Red Sea between both of them. You know, it traps everybody in Catwalk, in towards Catwalk like we see, and then everybody over in that cash room side just cannot escape.
Here is this Glass and Montaigne play that we were expecting, by the way. That backpack seems to happen all of the time.
It's happened to me in ranked yesterday.
I see that constantly now. But, as expected, this garage hold, what are you going to do against the Montaigne and the Glass? You don't have anything to counter it. We see Razi here holding the angle from Garage Lounge. If he does get peeked by that Glass, it's going to be tough. Buster misses his shot on the balcony walk up there. Very nice angle. I also seen in Pro League.
Could have been an easy kill for him there, but no, misses the shot just slightly, and he's going to be challenging the Glass.
He peek the Glass. He gets him very weak.
But really, a minute 30 to go, and already Horizon have lost full control of Garage, have lost majority of the control inside of Server, and once Madman just hops on over the window, extends his shield, that should be the easy plant that on the end they're certainly looking for.
The thing I'm concerned about here is that there are Echo drones in the bomb. Shattered has a C4. He's not below. Unnamed aren't taking control below. They could easily get a C4 up here, especially knowing that there's a Montaigne, but you're trying to challenge head-to-head. The way is the C4 wasted. I think that's a big waste of utility.
Look at Madman just playing that impenetrable wall. They cannot stop him. They're trying to get the feet shot. Buster misses the angles, and this will be another smoke grenade come in, and Maids will take full advantage of that. Eliminates Buster. Kicks trying his best, the new kid on the block. Can he try anything to salvage this round? Shower does pick up one kill, but in the midst of the gunfire, the diffuser will be planted, so everybody from a name should just back on off, hold the angle. Shatter trying the very common run out, does get detected. It should be careful, and just Madman being absolutely impeccable here, cannot be destroyed. Ryazu picks up one, Tank picks up another for his team, so a free, actually basically a 2 versus 2 down to Madman and Tank, as Jugger cannot be revived. Tank onto Ryazu, rotating up towards the Catwalk, and Madman does pick himself up after a well-fought battle with the Montaigne. He does come out on top, and unnamed, a very quick finish for them. Horizon, they crumble under the pressure.
A hugely strange round for me. I don't know why you have the castle playing below when he can't make a difference, assuming he's not used his impacts below the Montaigne. I don't know what else the plan is there. Pushed into the garage once they've already planted. Oh, well done, you got a kill, but you didn't do anything. You didn't help the round.
I would like to see the Clash there. The Clash is perfect trying to deny majority of that access in the catwalk. Montagna really cannot push up as well. Whenever the enemy team sees the Clash, they know, oh yeah, they basically have their own shield operator gaining all of this intel. Montagna can also get zapped down very heavily by the Clash as well. I'm surprised why they're not taking it. It's available for themselves. We know how strong that operator is, and on Clubhouse especially, where it's very close range environments, you can really deny a lot of, you know, the single doorways and stuff. And we do see it finally being sick put out from Maytems, but you're sacrificing Maestro for that?
I mean, they do have the echo and the smoke. It's understandable. But when... So for Horizon's standpoint, they're playing against a Montaigne and a Glaz right now. They don't know Glaz has changed, but they've got rid of Maestro instead of Echo. I find it strange. Why would they make that play?
They are going to go downstairs where Maestro isn't as strong as he would be compared to the upstairs, so certainly those Echo drones could be pretty useful in trying to deny the plants in towards the B bombs, like we have seen multiple times where, you know, on the downstairs, especially the downstairs, as I would definitely argue, the slowest played attacking round in Siege entirely. It was like that before the new change to the Clubhouse. It still is exactly the same. You take the whole time to try and clear out the room game, you may move in for the mid floor, you use the soft destruction on the kitchen, and then really it comes down to about 15 seconds. All of a sudden Killfest comes out. That's kind of what we call just the absolute slaughterhouse is that downstairs, and certainly I'm expecting the same kind of stuff.
Bar and stock hatches are both unreinforced, and there's no Habana. This is strange. It's a strange stance by Horizon.
They are going to try and hold upstairs as much as they can. This is a strategy
with the Clash and the Legion.
This is one that I know they have developed within this week, where they've decided to bring in this Clash. They like to have this kind of aggressive roam game. We know that Clash provides that kind of, you know, off-site roam game where, as a Clash, you already have map control. You know what areas are safe to walk into. It's not like a Montagna where you take your time. Clash can just walk about, see anybody and say, oh, there's a guy here, walk down, start zapping, and then a guy right behind the Clash gets an easy kill.
I have to vouch for Maytems as well. Ooh. That is a very nice shot, but that's the Echo gone already. Echo gone. But Maytems is a very good Clash. I have seen him on Clash. I do enjoy the comms and behavior. There is only one person on site right now for Horizon, by the way. I've just seen Jaeger's also a master bed. They might have seen the cross there. That person there may have seen the cross of all three of them. Could be given very vital info right there. It's shattered though. Does get the kill.
Well, here comes the shield off on Neum this time, so Maytems will have to come up against Madman to see who will be on top with the shields. Of course, you know, you can kill the Clash pretty easily with a nade and what have you, even just run up and stabbing her and then shooting her is feasible, but look at the pinch that these players have on Madman. He should be more aggressive in this scenario, but no, they see that, oh my word, there's so many rumors, let's just push in the bomb site, and that's exactly what they will do. Kitchen hatch has not been opened either. Max seen a glimpse of a player inside of Church, and this is where the rotates have to come in from Horizon. Whereas he does manage to land one onto Jugger, but it will not be. The planter and that diffuser will get there as Tank on the crossfire, using those holes that Horizon did make against them. This should be fairly simple for the players off on the aim to sit back, hold the angles. They really cannot push in through blue. Mac has to be careful for the wall bank, but here comes the Clash to see if she can do anything. Shattered, he just gets the pick on the Tank as he stands up on in. But surely you would expect Madman to win it from here. Mac trying to fight as well as he can against kicks. Madman does on shield, tries to push on in, but Maytems, he leads the charge. Using those tasers to the best of his ability, Madman switches, doesn't manage to have enough time. I believe this should be done and dusted as the players are just swarming the Montagna. He can't do anything, and Maytems gets to stab on Horizon. What a retake, and it just shows the power that Clash brings to the table inside a Clubhouse.
The battle of the shields there, Demo. You wanted it.
We got it.
Maytems, I said, the Clash, the master. Unbelievable Clash player. But that was a very strange attempt by Horizon to not reinforce the hatches, but then to have 3 people roaming and to have Legion just have the impacts with him so that you can just drop for the retake. You gotta say, they sort of baited Unnamed into going for the plant, but I mean, it was a very good plant. They had a lot of crossfire. It was just Tank dies.
So moving in then to a gym and bedroom. So once again, we will see it being switched up and over to another bomb site for the players of Horizon. So they already have tried the upstairs, they've also tried the downstairs, and then they will go for the secondary upstairs defensive bomb site. It will be the gym and the bedroom. No Clash, 6th pick, Legion onto a Legion. Okay, sure.
You'll have to see it, it's the mind games again.
Let's go with it.
2 operators don't get banned. And you could pick whatever you want, but just change to the same one. Why not? I mean, it's not like you got millions of options, right?
Sure, you know, we see that a player or an operator there like Clash isn't there. Just pick the Clash and a Sick pick it off. It just kind of puts the fear into on them where they think, okay, here comes the Clash again. If they see the Clash, then they could have potentially Sick picked something else onto Sophia, for example. That could have been options as well.
I feel like if Horizon, clearly they wanted Cash as their first thing, didn't ban Maverick. They've now, instead of trying to go back there, gone to another top floor site where Maverick can almost single-handedly win the round. If he's not doing it into Cash, he's doing it into the Jacuzzi Ball, I believe it's now called.
Yes.
If he's not doing it there, he's doing it into the Construction Ball. It's strange not to ban him. They could have done. They could have picked whatever they want.
I think it's because on Name they had the choice to go for the Maverick ban, but they do have the attacks first, so that's kind of why they want to keep that and see if they can gain this early lead. Currently it's still 1-1. It can very, very simply go into the hands of Unnamed, and they could go ahead and just clean sweep it and take, you know, 4-1 going into the halftime switch. That could be a potential. Then they're going to have to try their best to play around that Maverick. Certainly it will be Horizon trying this off-site hold, which again is very common, I think. I know that they do this a lot more, and a lot of teams, I would say, I know that teams there like Ints perform this same kind of strategy where they have everybody inside of Cash, they get the refrags ready, but really that's what it's about. Can Horizon pull off these refrags against this just inevitable push that Unnamed will try and go for?
We're going to see the Maestro favored for the Echo this time, meaning that there's no Echo drones helping this Cash plant, well, this Cash roam, which does seem to be a common thing. Echo drones always seem to be just droning around there, just having a look-see. But that's not going to happen. We're going to see Buster's already wasting smokes trying to deal with that Montaigne. I don't think that's the smartest plan of action.
Just locked up to his eye.
He's looking menacing.
Just hello, and there we go with the call-outs. But refrags.
There it is.
We said this.
They're learning.
Finally, Matems has switched on to the idea, and Gumine has had to be pulled out of Madman's foot, but they have established the control inside of Bathroom. This is a very heavy anchor position that typically we see Bathroom being played into, and this is where then I can start seeing these potential frags coming in from a player, you know, from Unnamed. If you just want to see Tank run on in with the M4, he might try and do that. Ryazu's going to have to play very light on his feet, and that's exactly what he will do. He has the rotation available on Tank. He will fall. Still over a minute to go for the players of Unnamed to secure this, but plenty of rumors still undealt with.
Lovely aggression by Ryazu there. I mean, he's put the round almost into a 4v2 now, considering the Montaigne. They got loads of info, they got lesions, they got the Maestro camera. It's a very good position for Horizon right now. They're still playing heavy off-site. Meads is the only person on that side of the map. I don't think he's even attempting to push it. He looks like he's still on the roof to me, Demo.
Yeah, he's just hanging about, trying to see what he can do. I think he's just careful of potentially construction, but Mac, he knows the call-out. That's the power that Montaigne does have, just that human drone. Potential Meads. Will he win the gunfight against Legion? But it does beat in the Jaeger, and double kill for Meads. Wow, wow, indeed, big kills for him. Down to Rayaz, we see them get one kill. Can he recreate that? Just back and forth, but Madman just pushing on in, being the bully, gives all the call-outs. They know exactly where he'll come from. Claymore almost did catch out Ryazu, but really from this stage, nothing he can do. Oh, very excellent shot onto Mac, but still has to go through Madman, has to go through Meads. Diffuser being planted as well, panicking as much as he can. We'll see if he pushes in. I'm sure it will be the angle held by Meads. 3K for him. He said he wasn't doing much in the roof, but wow, comes in big whenever his team needs him to.
I can't believe that. I genuinely can't believe that they didn't hold the crossfires there. Mac has pushed with Thermite across the entire bomb site, right in front of Castle's rotation hole from Office. I just walked in and killed Maestro. Why is that rotate not being watched? He's already ran through it to kill one person. It's an interesting one. I think Madman on Montaigne is a menace. Madman on anything is a menace.
Madman is certainly, I would say, from everybody who played Xbox, he has been the one who has transitioned that smoothly. You would expect this, you would honestly believe this guy's been playing PC since the beginning.
I mean, it looks like it.
He is that good.
It felt like it when I played with him. I will say that much.
Yeah, you had a brief period of time playing with Mac.
When I was a poor level 90, and I'm seeing him absolutely swing around corners.
Yeah.
Just 4v1ing everyone. It's frightening.
Yeah, Mac and Madman, they've had experience in other PC leagues as well. You know, CCS, T4H, they have that bit of experience, and certainly they have landed themselves with also some pretty good players there. You know, Tank, Pro League experience, everybody knows what he had in Barrage. Didn't have the best of runs back then, we must admit, with that, you know, the first ever 10-0 that I just have to keep talking about. Like, I know, I don't mean it.
I thought you were all for the UK scene.
I don't mean it, Tank, but it's like, You know, 10-0, first 10-0. That's kind of how he's recognized as. It's quite bad to say that.
Mac and Madman did deserve that.
Yes, the duo. They were the duo from last season. They're certainly the duo this season.
But still, Maitons on the clash, the Battle of the Shields. Once again, Maitons currently 1-0 up in the Battle of the Shields. That won't go on the official scoreboards, unfortunately, for Horizon Union. However, we are going to see how it pans out this round. What do you think of the change to try and defend Garage this time instead of just leaving it?
Well, they don't have the smoke this time as well, so it does just give Madman that kind of free pass in.
The Legion this time, though.
No echo as well.
There is an echo.
Oh, there is, sorry. Well, that's the first L that Demo took.
Interesting by Demo. Always observe.
It's getting late.
Always.
It's getting late.
This is why you can only play casual.
Unbelievable. Well, we'll see.
He's made his angle even tighter. After missing the shot last time, he's thought, you know what? Well, we need even less opportunity to hit this shot.
Once again, the same tactic that the players off Unnamed are just going to go for. Very standard. Up the catwalk, open up the wall, cut off any rotations. Fermite goes down, and kind of from there, that's just the picks coming in. And already, first pick in favour of the players of Unnamed is Rayazu. He will drop the guy. He did try and go for that kind of late rotate in the latter stages of the round. Just fall very, very quickly.
To be noted as well, this time there's no C4. So even if it does get into an opportunity where Montaigne's in the bomb, not surrounded by teammates, they can't go for that vertical play.
So Mage's just trying to peek his way in with the Glaj. We know the kind of powerhouse that he really is that pushing potential. That's why he is banned so often. But, you know, we see only 2 bans. Only Mira and Lion being banned out, and Mage does steal that kill away from Madman. That's not nice.
You just can't afford to have that kind of crossfire on you. I'm so shocked that they've not banned the Maverick, taken... that's the second kill he's got, because purely just because of that. Regardless of them not taking Bandit. I feel like they're giving up too much too easily, is how I'm seeing it.
They're not bringing the aggression. We know how strong Unnamed can be on the attacks. They are very methodical, very aggressive, have the refrags, you know, all of the intel coming in, and Tank just, wow, the gun skill. Should never win that gunfight against Kix. Kix knew where he was coming from, but no, Tank just puts him in the ground. And once again, Unnamed, another round for them. Last round on the attack for Unnamed to Horizon's pleasure, but Horizon then, they have to go ahead and see how their attacks do, where they will need to be more coordinated compared to what we've seen already on the defense.
I think 100%. I think this season as well, concerningly for Horizon, their defenses have been sort of what's looked more promising for them. So for them to be 3-1 down, they have to get this round. The good news for them is they won this defense last time.
They did
win it.
Yeah.
I don't think it went perfectly as they would have planned. I wouldn't plan for them to plant and then be in a 4v3 numbers advantage, but it worked.
It's good adaptability, which you always have to credit teams where if you can adapt to what's happening currently inside of the bomb site, that just puts you just levels ahead. But like we seen the clash was the only reason why they won that last time. We're not seeing the clash.
Yeah, I mean, the Meister again's gone for the 6th pick, but yeah, not to the clash. I don't think anyone entered free kitchen in the round before.
No, they didn't even get the hatch off.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting attempt by Pulse. I'm not sure what he's going to try and pulse, but we will see.
Intel. A lot of intel can be gathered in
they got Echo, Legion. I mean, if you change from Maestro to Pulse for intel, I don't know.
Maybe they just value the C4, because C4 and Kitchen, it's been about since the beginning of Clubhouse. You know how many times the Pulse just sits in there, relaxes, gains all of the intel. You know, the Cardiac Scanner can reach not just in the kitchen, in towards main stairs, in towards bar. You can even rotate and actually see anybody pushing in through dirt tunnel as well, which is very, very valuable. So that's kind of what they're thinking of. You can't really go wrong with Pulse. We've seen a lot of Pulse C4 kills already today, and we'll see if Horizon can recreate some of those moments of magic, or will it just be another fail?
I'm glad that they didn't change the kitchen so you can keep C4ing it. It's like nostalgia.
Could you imagine if we did a fails of the week?
A fails of the week?
Yeah, imagine.
I mean, it would be all Horizon. I'm only kidding. They're lovely films.
What about Wind and Rain?
Wind and Rain? No, I feel like they played very well. They put up a good show. Regardless, Boss is going to be trying to hold a Dirt Tunnel this time. It didn't work too well for him last time. He was the entry death. He's deciding otherwise this time. Maybe just stick the Echo during there. Just watch, just see what happens.
So,
Madman off of the Montaigne as well, by the way. We're not going to see a single shot.
I did not notice that. I was about to say, hold on a minute. Typically we hear a clunk, 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 but no. It will indeed be Madman on the Ash, just an even scarier operator, really, to put this guy behind.
I can speak from first-hand experience. This is not what you want to be playing against. This is not ideal. But Horizon still I mean, they still have all 5 alive. Problem is, though, for Clubhouse, you don't really waste too much time here on this defense, typically. The only way they did it last time was having 3 roamers and one of them being a shield. So it's a completely different attempt to defend this time by Horizon. Plus, it is going to hold the dirt tunnel this time, though, compared to last time. I think he's done a much, much better job of it. Unnamed. But what's the plan for them, then? Well, what are you seeing?
Currently, I'm seeing them kind of solo push, you know, Jugger pushing him by himself, nobody there to potentially follow up and refrag, nobody droning for him either. Buster just goes to the flurry of shots, doesn't land anything. Kicks will get things started. So a better start for Horizon. They eliminate Tank, who does have that quick bit of gun
off the board.
Yeah, C70 as well, very strong assault rifle. Not as good as remember the C70 before it was nerfed.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That's probably the strongest gun I think we've had by a mile. Even better, in my opinion, than probably it would be the Scorpion Evo. And Jugger somehow wins that gunfight against Buster.
Buster, if he wins that gunfight, I think they win the round. That is a very close gun. That was a clutch situation for them. Jugger, he's come away with it. He's come away almost full health as well. He still has his 2 grenades. They need something like this to enter. They need something like this. Jugger, he's going to drone out the bomb. He's going to see whereabouts the players are located. We still have the pulse alive. He's going to know Madman's near the main staircase. He might get picked here, though. He's not being cautious enough.
I could just see the push-in coming in from Madman, potentially. Of course, Jugger in an absolute beauty of a position to just walk on in and kill Pulse if he chooses to. But as you've seen, Smoke has the angle, but I'm sure the crossfires and the pinch will come in very quickly. Jugger, nade kill onto Shattered. Flashbangs going. Mateum's just sitting there, relaxing in the back of the armory, but everybody's going to be pushing in, and the refrags Mac eliminates him, so down to Kicks inside of a 3 versus 1, gets 1 for his troubles. Comeback could be on. Diffuser will be planted by Mac, but Mac and Madman, the Xbox duo, the current Premiership champions from last season, and Madman just puts them right back to where they started, and Unnamed, they clean up and they lead. Going into the halftime switch, 4 rounds to 1.
That is, I feel that was really close from Horizon. That was really close, but I feel like there's just, they're not getting crossfires with each other. They're not with each other. Nobody was watching down the hallway. They couldn't, you said it yourself. They're solo pushing places. Madman solo push mainstairs, had nobody with them. They solo pushed dirt, nobody with them. And still, Horizon can't get a number advantage on it. They're still just choosing, oh, you know what, I'll take that 1v1 as well. Sometimes when you're playing against people who arguably achieve more gun skill, you can't afford to take that 1v1 every time. If you look at Barrage, for example, you said Xbox players, maybe not 100% adapted. They don't just sit there on their own. Sometimes they sit there on their drone alone, in front of a C4.
We're never letting Wiz love that down, are we?
No. I feel like he'll accept it, though. I feel like he accepts these things.
But, of course, all in good fun, because that's what we're all about here at the ESL Premiership, is fun.
And monting.
And yes, and shields. A lot of shields.
Well, and a lot of dock, apparently. A lot of dock, a lot of monting.
So, CCTV room and cash room is the first defense that the players of Unnamed will head towards, and no Maverick on the side of Horizon. Quite interesting that that's an operator which is really defying Clubhouse in terms of the meta. Before Maverick was released, just pre-Grimsky, whenever Clubhouse did get that change, Clubhouse was everybody's favourite map. So many teams picked this because the defense was so heavily favoured. Once Maverick was at it in there, wow, it just blew things out of proportion. A lot of teams don't want to play Clubhouse anymore, and if they do, Maverick is 100% always banned. So this is quite a big shock that they're letting the operator, which is arguably his best map, and arguably the best operator on this map, they're not even picking him.
They don't even want it. They don't want it. Maybe they don't need it. I feel like the plan here for Horizon is probably going to go one of 2 ways. It's either Montaigne's going to try and push into Garage, and he's going to have not a Glaz pushing with him, which isn't ideal. If you wanted to pick anything to push you into Garage, it's going to be Glaz. So that comes down to whoever's pushing with him, they've got to win their gunfights very, very well against probably the Doc, the Maestro, something like that. Or it's going to be they're going to use all of their utility just trying to get this bandit off the wall, maybe get the pick on the bandit. If they're 5v4, then they can go Garage. We'll see. But I think Horizon, they don't pick operators that synergize well together. That's my issue with them. Well, when they're picking these things, they don't do it. Wait, who's helping Monte? Who's helping Monte? Who's helping Monte?
He just repels
He's on his own
here. He's had enough. He's had enough. He's gone.
Even he's thought, hold on. We're 40 seconds in, it's already gone wrong.
I can I actually see, potentially for the first time inside of Premiership, we're going to see an A push being established by the players of Horizon. Definitely not the push that we're expecting. Means he will start things off, and like we said, the push that we're not expecting for visible reasons, because that anchor position in behind of the A bomb site is just very, very strong, and especially whenever they've lost their frag grenades, makes it a whole lot harder. Buster will come in and go ahead and attempt to get off the wall. Potentially the bandit trick could have came in there from Tank, but isn't wanting to risk that to a thermite charge. We have seen a lot of actual, you know, Techs and Dynamites get kills just from bandits mistime the bandit trick in Clubhouse quite a bit.
I think Jugger also just ran into a Claymore and docked himself back up afterwards. That was interesting. I was watching his little outline just fall to the floor. Not sure what happened there. This A push though. They need to get rid of the Maestro camera. Realistically, there's going to be one in here. What have they got to get rid of it? The Buck died early, there's no nades. It's going to have to be Zafir, it's going to have to be Ash. Can either of them get the angle on it? Right now they're just sort of hiding behind Montaigne, prone on pixel peaks. There's not a lot going on right now for Horizon. They're just holding the same angles, they're not going to get peeked. Maybe they are going to get peeked.
I don't understand why Buster's holding flank rotation. You have a guy dead, you have a drone. Just stick the drone on flank rotation. You need everybody you can to push in this absolute slugfest of a bomb site. He tries to go for the run-in, but no, will be shut down straight away. Tank eliminates him and kicks. He will be down by the toxic beards. Shattered manages to find one for himself as Tank throws his body into that corpse. Mayhem's a pistol kill for him, but Shattered does get picked off by the crossfire. Down the Mayhems, all down him on the shields. Did win the last shield battle, but I don't really think it's going to come in this time. Tries to go for the smoke. Don't tell me he's going to go for the Rev. He should never go for the Rev and Jugger. He will swing on in. Double kill for him to finish off the round. And on Neum, they snagged themselves a point. And they could be looking to take all 3 points as they are on match point.
That for me was... I'm really struggling to sort of think what Horizon were doing there. Horizon decide... Thermite is the man to flash the wall and just run clean in to try and get behind the bomb. So you have a Montaigne. Montaigne could go through the Thermite wall, turn himself to the right, get you completely covered off of that, and then you can enter behind him. Just like Madman was doing, covers off doorways, enters, lets them plant behind, but they're not doing it. They're not playing together. It's as simple as that. I feel like they're not bad players at all. You can't say they're bad players. Look at the frags, plenty of them more or less even, but the synergy's not there. They're not playing together.
So, potentially the final bomb site off this evening, and we'll see if Neum can finally finish out this series, let it fizzle on out, and send Horizon back with another loss for them. And even if they do lose this scoreline, 6-1 Horizon, they will then be dead last because of score difference, because then we know that Wind and Rain, they got one more round than them, but really isn't a difference.
It's not 6-3.
Oh, was it 6-3? Or was it 6-2?
I feel like the M&M was 6-2. I feel like War was 6-3.
M&M is 6-2. Yeah, Wind and Rain was, it was 6-3.
Yeah, so there'll be 2 rounds ahead.
Still,
Horizon need to go big. They really need to go big.
They just need to come back and sweep a point, and then they're not dead last anymore.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Week 5. I've had my eyes on that for quite some time.
Week 5, that's the week.
Quite some time. So that will be pretty
From Horizon here, by the way, we're 20 seconds in and 2 drones are gone. Already. Why? Why are you just sending your drones in? They've had this issue every week. I've tried talking to them about it. They don't listen. They don't want to know.
Nope, don't want any from you.
I feel like, especially on Clubhouse, by the way, notoriously perfect drone placement. 3 of their drones are dead. Just Montaigne and Thermite. And we wonder why they've got Buster watching flank when somebody's dead. Maybe there's no drones. Who knows?
So, moving on in to the first bit of the round, we're going to see Madman sit here on potentially trying to get a couple of early picks. Will be on the Jaeger, so certainly a big fragging operator for a big fragging player. Does get spot out just a little bit, and as you can see, Shattered, he's actually be bringing a Jackal for Clubhouse. Bit of a weird one. Typically, we know that Jackal was played in Consulate quite a lot. Also, Bank is always going to be a certain map where you do play Jackal on quite a bit, but Clubhouse, not so much.
I find it very strange that neither of these teams has chosen to pick Cabana when they know a bottom floor defender's coming. I find that very, very weird. I mean, in the case of Horizon, they didn't even bother to reinforce the hatches anyway. But for Unnamed, it looks like a different plan. You got Madman sort of holding blue stairs, people roaming around him. Why would you not take the Cabana? They've already wasted 1 Thermite on the dirt wall, or I believe they're going to waste 1 Thermite on the dirt wall. What attack do you think you can do here, then? With a Montaigne and just either 1 wall or 1 hatch open? What do you think the plan is? That's clearly not it. Madman. It shuts down Shattered and kicks. That's 2 smokes and all of your soft breach gone, other than Buck. But not ideal, is it?
I know what that is.
That is all the soft breach gone.
No, that's a clip. That's what we call a clip right there.
That going in the top plates.
I'm pretty sure that might make it. Oh, man.
It's now in the top plates.
Oh, this is like probably the best play we've had. Don't tell me he's going to get the ace. Is he going to go for it? Buster gets one for his troubles, but Madman has just completely ruined this round for Horizon. The flank protection wasn't there. Madman, he wants it. He wants it. He wants the ace. He's hunting for it, Mac. Don't steal it from him. Let him have this moment of glory. Madman gets the ace to finish the round out. Oh my. Madman, last season's champion, last season's MVP. And he is transitioned over to PC, and you wouldn't even tell the difference.
It's like watching console again. I have felt that. I have firsthand felt that from Madman.
Yeah,
when he was picking Montaigne, I was shocked. He was still fragging. He decides to pick Ash and Jaeger. And you can see why you see why they don't want him playing Ash and Jaeger.
Big stuff from Unnamed. They take that victory 6 rounds to 1. They do put themselves joint top off the table along with Team Secret, so both of them in the #1 and #2 seed position. So we kind of seen Guidance last week sitting there nice and pretty at the top with 6 points, but no. As you can see, just the quick misplays that really Guidance let themselves down with that kind of big loss for them. M&M have rose through the ranks, finally get themselves a win, but still, down at the bottom of the table, nothing's really changed that much.
I am excited for Unnamed against M&M.
Yes.
I think that is going to be an insane game. I think they can both literally just adapt to anything. Super aggressive players that can play any role. We've seen players like Frau, who you said is a good fragger on the IGL, everything Thermite Echo. I think it's going to be a very good game.
We've seen a lot of shield play. We've seen Clash being allowed. We've seen Madman just on this Montaigne. This was a very hectic round. Madman tried his best, but no, Matems, like you said, won the shield battle.
He's good shield play. It has to be said. I mean, he won that game 1-0 for the shield battle.
That's the only round they won.
It was indeed the end round.
It's just 1-0 and Maid's big free kick.
This is a round that they should have won.
Yes, they had the setup going, but they just ran in.
They were 4v3 and Mac just runs into the middle of the bump. Nobody's covering it.
So, Horizon just not up to scratch, just a bit of a similar repeat of what we've expected from Horizon throughout this entire season. Definitely, you know, they're missing you, I would say, Tristan.
Well, I think anybody would miss me.
Anybody.
Name a team that wouldn't.
Secret.
I felt cracked against Secret in the qualifiers.
Sure. Let's go for that one.
Capcom. Any Pro League teams watching, mock it.
Bring the Capcom.
Bring the Capcom.
Is that the message?
That's what I'm saying.
KS is lurking. Don't think he would be. It's more focused on prepping, I would say.
I think.
I reckon, but
his prep is to listen to my analysis.
But nonetheless, wow, what a lineup! 6-1 on Clubhouse, absolute domination from Unnamed. I know you said that they did 6-0 Vexed on that map in the qualifier, so you're kind of expecting the players of Unnamed to still keep that composure and see themselves through, but certainly Madman, you know, what can we say about Madman?
I think it's already all been said. I don't think I can say anything different. If PC players don't know him, they're going to know him.
Yeah, certainly one of the guys which, out of anybody from Xbox, he's the guy who wants to get to that Pro League level. This is his perfect step up. You know, once you kind of go from here, then you're kind of expecting this team, particularly on Unnamed, to have a shot at potentially CL.
He has the players with him. He has players that have achieved that.
They were playing CL last season. Even Mac has definitely filled into that more support role and has performed pretty big. And then kind of from CL, anything can really happen from there. You then go in and, you know, who knows what could happen in the next couple of months or even a year.
But regardless for them, still not sitting at the top of Prem.
They're still joint with Secret, still joint, so...
But they're joint top?
Yeah, they're joint top, both with 7 points. I don't know what the score difference is like, but they are both on 7 points. Certainly Horizon, still on 0.
I find it strange that Horizon would take them to Clubhouse. I watched that exact game with Ryazi at the time. And he lets Clubhouse go. I don't know.
And just the very weird about there was no bans, you know, a defending ban and attacking ban didn't get chosen. You seen Lion and Mirror being banned out, that was it. No Maverick being banned out by the players of actually, well, Horizon, they did ban out Lion, didn't ban out Maverick. On Unnamed, they definitely knew, yeah, we have the attack first, let's just go ahead and use that to the best of their ability. And that's exactly what they did. And that kind of shows the impact that Maverick does have on Clubhouse, and that's why you should ban it.
100%. I mean, after what happened to Horizon last week, I can see why they banned Lion, but maybe there's priorities to be taken, especially against Unnamed, who didn't have a history of using Lion, being Lion abusers. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of like the standpoint about Clubhouse is, if you want to ban an operator, you can have a choice between, do you want to ban Lion, who Lion is just a staple ban in every single map, it's what we expect every single time, or then do you want to go ahead and take out that specific counter ban of an operator that is specifically good for that particular map in terms of the upstairs, you know, the jacuzzi like you mentioned earlier, and then of course also that cash room is where he can be very devastating. You know, if you're looking at it on Clubhouse, if it was your team, for example, if you were leading the charge for Horizon, would you rather go for Lion or Maverick?
I would just target ban Madman off of you.
Just target ban?
That is all I've taken.
Is that it? Just that? You've done your research?
Exactly.
You would go no bans and just Jaeger?
I thought, just don't let Madman play. Just get him off. Don't let him play.
Okay. So, definitely Madman, the kind of talk of the town, but you go on, is there anybody there from Horizon that you can't really, you know, look at? That you can say, oh yeah, they had a good game.
I feel like a lot of them sort of evenly fragged. We were saying it in the game. They sort of all were like 4, 5, 6 kills, but they can't stick it together. It's not about individuals at this level, I don't think. They have players who clearly can frag against very good players, like we're saying, ex-Challenger League players, Mac, Madman, Prem champions. They can frag against them, but they need to stick it together. You need cohesion.
Yeah.
But they don't have that.
We'll have to see how they perform in the coming weeks. Still plenty of time to go. Still 4 more weeks for these players to determine who will go through to LAN and who will go through the playoffs. And how about we have a look to see how everything has unfolded after week 3. Let's bring up and see the league table, all the standings, to see where is everybody placed. And as you can see, Team Secret right up at the top with 7 points, joint with Unnamed, so them two sitting pretty with the 1st and 2nd seed. Guidance sitting there in 3rd, still with 6 points. M&M on the rise, finally got their first win, joint with Vex as well, who did manage to pull off a draw. And Barrage, definitely a big draw for them, puts them 2 points ahead of both Horizon and Wind and Rain, who are both sitting right at the bottom, just like they did start week 1.
It looks like a battle between Barrage, Horizon and Wind and Rain, which sounds weird to say because I feel like Barrage have been on another level to those two teams. They've played against good teams like Vex, Unnamed, got 2 draws against those teams. 2 very good teams. I mean, they're placed, what, 2nd and 5th? They got draws against them.
And of course, you know, that kind of just shows some of the adaptability where Xbox players have really came over. And of course, if any of you guys are sitting at home thinking, you know what, I wouldn't mind having a little chance at this, of course, you can go over and check out all of the good stuff at ESL.im/R6Winter. Check out everything, all the updates, see the schedule, see the scoring, see who's playing, all that good stuff. Make sure you go over and check all that stuff. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with all the social media, you know, Twitter, Facebook, anything, even YouTube, if you want to go back and watch some of the VODs and really see all the nitty-gritty stuff, I'm sure Wind and Rain Horizon, those VODs are there for you to check to see how you're doing. But certainly, yeah, go check that out. Make sure you keep up to date, because that's where we put all of our top 5 plays of the week, which is coming, of course, ready for next week before we start next week's matchup. And then, of course, if it wasn't for our lovely sponsors, thank you very much to PaySafeCard, AOC, Need for Seat, and Logitech, and to our main sponsors, powered by Intel and Gaming from Curry's PC World. But that is going to be us wrapped up for tonight. We've seen incredible games, incredible plays, and like always, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Tristan. We will see you right back here next week. Get ready for that.
Try box. Stairs, stairs, stairs.
Nothing great ever happened without a witness.
Oh, you guys saw that?
With the power to capture comes the need to share.
Check this.
Followed by the eyeballs and loud mouths chomping at the bit.
That was nuts.
The fate of the game rests in your hands.
Check this out. No.
Oh my. Oh.
Leave nothing to chance. Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.